What up? What up? What up? What is going on, my Monday night movie crew? I appreciate you all. Let's see who we got up in here. We got a quorum. We got a crowd going. I see 20 people in here. All right, well, real quick, before anybody comes, let me tell you about episode 7. So it starts off with oh man, right? Imagine I did that, right? Imagine I just sat here and I was just like, yo, episode 7 is all about oh my goodness, who we got up in here? Let me say my hellos. Gothic chick, I appreciate you showing up early. I saw you up in here. I was like, it's never a show without Gothic chick. We got Michael Lamont up in here. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you, Michael, always coming through on time. Matthew James, oh snap, you made it on time today. That is what's up. That is really, really cool. I really appreciate you. Who else we got up in here? We got Vanessa Wicked. We got the squad. We got the whole squad. We got, before it gets too crowded, y'all know y'all my favorites, right? We got Bitey up in here. He's in the crowd too. Wait a minute. Why him 77 representing Chicago? Yo, I already know about Chi-Town. Yo, I actually really, really like Chicago. It gets cold in the winter, but they have some really cool summers out there. I was hanging around by the Bean, eating some of that what was it, Frankie's pizza, that thin crust. Yeah, I was all up in there. I was all up in that. Who else we got up in here? We got Kayla Deshay. Thank you for coming through. Greek girl. Oh, thank you. Yeah, keep me straight. Because if I look, here's how bad it's gotten, right? I have to use my notes now, right? Because I was sitting here and I was writing out my notes. And as I'm writing out my notes, I'm writing out notes. And I'm like, wait a minute, that hasn't happened yet. So if y'all see me looking down when you guys ask me a question, there's a good reason, because I don't want to mess up, y'all. Look, it's been a long couple of days. Look, I haven't even shaved. I'm looking scruffy out here. I had to put my hat on. I was like, ugh, don't do that. But it's getting tough. It's getting a little tough up in here. Jersey is up in here, 973. Yeah, I always appreciate my Jersey people. Don't steal my car, but I always appreciate you, Jersey people. Yeah, I got a lot of New York energy, but y'all also have something that New York doesn't have and probably will never have: clean beaches. Who else we got up in here? Lil Tony 981. Appreciate you coming through, man. Man, we got a whole good squad up in here. We got VTV up in here. Arizona's here with Greek girl. Don't even, gorgeous in 89. And you know what's cool about Arizona is that when it hits 89, it's not like humid. It's that dry heat. Like I went out in Arizona. I think I was wearing this hoodie and I was not sweating in like 80 something degree weather. I was like, how is this scientifically possible? I should be melting right now. But it was cool. It was cool. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Boss T up in here. Yo, Boss T, I appreciate you. I'll be seeing you in the comments. I appreciate you all leaving all these wonderful comments on that last video. I know it was lit in that episode a lot. Everybody's talking about what happened. Everybody's talking about what happened in this episode. I'm going to stick to my notes, so I only talk about what happened in this episode. But I want to just get you all settled in. We got a couple minutes before everybody comes pouring in. We got like 55 people up in here. Boss T's representing Tampa, Florida. Look, I love all my Floridians. Speaking of Floridians and all my people I love, I want to let you all know that we're going to have another guest this week. I'm going to bring in another one of our members of the New Blurred Order. I'm bringing Nali up in here. Welcome in. Everybody, please give her a nice, warm welcome. If you all check us all on Saturday mornings, you know about Nali and her wonderful, wonderful recaps of the news of the week.
Hello.
Say hello to everybody.
Well, also, look, just because Jersey got clean beaches, that don't mean nothing.
Look, have you been to Orchard Beach in the Bronx?
Look, Chocha Beach. all of my science fair projects was beach cleanups, because you can never go wrong at Orchard Beach. It always needed a cleanup. There was always something there.
It's usually the same diapers. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. We got 73 people up in here. I see 37 likes on the video, and I know 15 of them likes came before the video started. So please, if you're in here, if you're watching us, please give this video a like. Trust me, this is going to be a really fun episode to talk about. And of course, as usual, I'm going to end this episode with just a little hint of what's going to happen next episode. I already got my high res images. Look, oh, can y'all even see me? How about I turn my, now you see me in my all full color. All right, who else we got up in here? We got Bree from Oakland. I appreciate Oakland. I'm gonna be out in LA in December. I'm gonna be out in LA in December. I'm gonna be out in your part of town, partaking in my number one favorite thing to do when I'm on the West Coast. Some people like to go In-N-Out Burger. I don't know if you've ever been to In-N-Out Burger, Nalia. It's a little, to me, it's a little overrated. But there's one place that's not overrated. And I've heard this place sworn up and down about ever since the days of Martin. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Oh my gosh.
I love me some Roscoe's.
Oh,
and their layered drinks.
Oh yeah. Just thinking about it make my mouth water.
I feel like a Roscoe's would hit in New York.
It would be a line out the door. We don't even know how to act with yeah. We didn't know how to act when we got Church's Chicken. We didn't know how to act. We didn't know what to do with it.
Which is so funny because my Church's Chicken, nobody's there. Drive through empty always.
We're always at Church's Chicken and Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is always a problem.
I love Chick-fil-A. You know, it's the worst when you want Chick-fil-A and it's a Sunday.
Yes, it's like, oh yeah, they're God-fearing. I mean, I get it, but dang, this is inconvenient. One thing I loved, my very first experience going to a Chick-fil-A, I remember it vividly. I walked in, I think I was in like Virginia, and I had never seen it. I didn't know nothing about Chick-fil-A. Nobody put me onto it yet. I was just like hungry, and I was there. And like I walked in like most fast food places, and I went to the register. I ordered my food, and I stood there, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm waiting for my food." They were like, "No, take your number, go sit down, and we're bringing your food to your table." Yep. I was like, "What? I have a waiter?" Like, yeah. Do you need a refill? He'll refill your drinks too. That's instant brand loyalty. I will never talk bad about Chick-fil-A, even if they're closed on Sunday, just from that interaction. That right there, man, that changed my life.
I do love some Chick-fil-A. I also have a soft spot for, and if anyone's from Texas and you know Whataburger, we have one, but it's in Jacksonville, so it's 2 hours away from me. But I've made excuses to drive to the Whataburger if I'm heading in that direction. Absolutely. Every time. You couldn't tell me nothing. I love Whataburger.
It's a problem. I try to hit it up whenever I'm in Austin. I get to go to Austin sometimes for the South by Southwest. And there's one like right in between my airport and my Airbnb. And I always run out of gas right there intentionally for my wife. Oh man, who else is up in here? Look, we got a lot to talk about. I could sit here and talk food all day and night.
Too, especially since I can't have it no more. But I could talk food all day long.
I'm sorry. I'm okay. Look, we're gonna drink this. We're gonna drink our water. We're gonna be good. Who else we got up here? What else? Let's not talk about Orchard Beach. Orchard Beach needs to be discussed. Like somebody needs to bring attention. Maybe they don't know. Maybe the government doesn't know. Yeah, somebody needs to clean this up. We pay taxes, right? Like we need to bring attention to this. Fat Burger. What is Fat Burger? Do I need to know about what is Fat? I need to know about Fat Burger. All right. Somebody said it's overrated. What's overrated? Roscoe's is very good. Yes.
I have a fat
Yes.
burger, apparently, according to Google.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Look,
There's one
look.
in Celebration, Florida.
Listen, listen.
Oh,
We,
that looks yummy.
oh boy.
Not me
Put it
setting
down.
an alarm to when I can have solid foods again.
You ain't
The
got much
fries
longer to
look
go.
good.
They got good
Yeah,
fries too.
just 6 weeks.
That's all. That's all. That look.
That's
That'll
it.
go by quick.
Oh my god,
Roscoe's is overrated. Look,
it
Roscoe's
looks so
might be
good.
overrated. Put it down.
I
Roscoe's
can't. I'm
might be
done.
over. Roscoe's might be overrated to people who
It
don't
tastes
have a
good.
Roscoe's.
Right.
I have New York pizza, and people who don't have New York pizza think it's overrated, but I don't.
Let me tell you how I've lived in Florida since 2015. I moved from Staten Island. Before I lived in Staten Island, I was living in the Bronx all the way up to like from kindergarten on, and I was born and raised in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I moved here in 2015, and I have yet to find a pizza place that tastes like New York pizza. And there are so many places that say Brooklyn style, New York style, and I'm like, it don't taste the same. There's one that is close, and that's because they ship spring water from New York to make the dough. But it's not that.
It's not that. It's the water, they say. But even that is, I think it's more than that. I figure whatever it really is, New York pizza makers are not sharing. They're like, get it, figure it out. Right? You got that New York attitude. Fat Burger is an LA special, solid spot, but not as accessible as In-N-Out. Well, we got them. We got them.
I wish I had an In-N-Out so bad. So bad.
I like In-N-Out because it's one of those places that only make a limited menu. Like when it's a place that has a limited menu, I like, you're perfecting this, and I respect that. Chicago
100%. Pizza
is number one. I'm not getting in that debate with Chicago people. I already know that's an endless cycle. I can't win. Is New Jersey pizza the same as New York pizza? Some parts of Jersey, not all. All right, look, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. This. I have my notes. I hope you're ready, Nolly, because I'm about to go through this episode the traditional way, the way I probably should have been doing this from the beginning. I'm going to go through this from the whole episode, scene by scene.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to do any sound because I don't think we need sound. Well, do we? Maybe I should do sound. Let me do it. Let me get it with sound.
What is Detroit pizza? I'm learning so much here, and I've just been here like 15 minutes.
You know what my favorite pizza is that people don't talk about enough in New York?
What?
Haitian. Haitian pizza is like you got to have a friend who loves you, who even tells you that Haitian pizza is a thing, let alone brings you to a Haitian pizza restaurant. Like, there's one in Harlem. I think it was on 6th. And I don't know if it's still there. It was like on 120 something and 6th. And it changed my life. That I didn't care what they were charging. They were undercharging. Like I wasn't giving them enough money for the happiness they were bringing in my life.
I just want to say that if any of my friends are watching this and you didn't tell me about Haitian pizza, I see where I stand in our friendship.
It's something special. It's something really, really special. All right, we're gonna open this up. I'm gonna get this in here. Let me make sure y'all see that. Where we at? All right, cool. Let me share this tab. Here we go. All right, I need to work on my layouts. My layouts aren't as cool as they are when we're going live on Saturday with like the circles floating. I'm gonna work on my layouts. Look, now we got the people telling us their favorite pizza places. Where's this? My favorite pizza is Frank Pepe's New Haven. All right, I've heard about New Haven pizza, and I almost want to make that trip out there just to see if I can hold y'all to that. I've heard about this. Haitian macaroni and cheese. Libby is putting us on. Libby is putting us on. I've seen skits about Haitian macaroni and cheese. They've changed life. I know people's like, when are we going to talk about From? We've been talking about food. We 19 minutes in. How many people we got up in here? We got 128 people in here. I see 69 likes. All right, so there's like 60 people that are unconvinced. I'm going to do my best. So there's a couple things I want to talk about in this episode. Of course, I want to talk to all of y'all. So try to keep me on the South Florida, y'all. Try to keep me. Don't let me get distracted. One thing I wanted to talk about that ain't got nothing to do with this episode, real quick. I heard that one of the From Facebook groups got shut down. Have you heard about this?
No. And I thought, I've been making my rounds. I joined all the subreddits. I joined the Facebook groups. Which one got shut down? Let me Google it.
I guess it was like the largest one. It was like one of the really, really big From Facebook groups. And my wife was a part of it. She was telling me like, oh, this Facebook group is cool. You should join. A lot of them get restrictive with like critics. They don't really want us in there promoting our own stuff. So like for the most part, I don't join every group. But it was like this really, really big Facebook group. And she used to hit me up because, you know, she's watching episodes with me. And she's like, oh, they're spoiling. I'm like, what? What are they saying? What are they doing? They're like, oh, Fatima. And I'm like, what did they say? And she's showing me what they said. And I'm like, yo. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I didn't snitch. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. But I also didn't shed a tear. Because I get really, really, really annoyed about people ruining my viewing experience. And I also get really annoyed about information in the wrong hands, I guess, because then they ruin the experience for everyone else. I remember I used to wake up on Sunday mornings and I would see people post on Twitter, oh, I can't believe this happened. And I'm like, you know, some people haven't watched the show yet. It's coming on at 8 p.m. At least wait till after 8. But they're spoiling it. There's a lot of people who want attention. It's so, and I get it, right? Because, you know, as it was not a spoiler group, Vanessa. As a YouTuber, as a critic, as a creator, it is incredibly emotionally challenging to create stuff, because if you're not getting that, you know, return, if you're not seeing views, if you're not getting any traction, it can be emotionally heartbreaking. And it could be so hard on people that when they have an opportunity where they think they might have a shortcut, like, hey, maybe if I say that this is my theory and I actually know it's a spoiler or whatever, people will start to follow me. And I get it, right? I've been there. I've been emotionally drained. I've been challenged by being a creator many times over. So I try not to judge them per se, because I get how they got there. But I'm also like, I don't know. I wish there was more scrutiny into who had access to some of this stuff. Like when I get certain screeners, it is trust me, it is not being circulated. I ain't gonna name names, but there are some companies, when you get a screener, before you can even hit play, you have to sign an NDA. You have to sign all sorts of agreements. They have your information in place so that if it is traced back to you, you can be held accountable, and that will at least try to deter people from sharing things. So it was a little heartbreaking that, you know, for the people who were part of that group, that it happened. But I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm not shedding any tears. I don't like the idea of people posting stuff like that. I don't even post like I don't even do trailer reactions, right? Because usually after the episode airs, there's a trailer for I don't do that because I'm gonna let people make their own choice. I ain't gonna push that onto you. Do you think the weekly format helps or hurts the spoiler element? Anthony, I actually think the weekly format is the best thing they have going for them. What do you think, Nolly? Do you think that they should have released this whole thing as a season, or do you like that they release it weekly?
I feel like we're in an era of instant gratification, especially like post COVID. Like we didn't even have to wait for movies to leave the theater. Like movies were coming straight to streaming. And so I feel like everyone's just so used to having access to everything all at once. But not everybody can watch it. I'm autistic with ADHD. I hyperfixate. So I can absolutely finish this season in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I could catch up if I was really interested in it. But not a lot of people are like that. And so a lot of people end up being spoiled online because they're not watching fast enough like everyone else. And it just like, I'd rather we all be on the same page, do weekly releases. It just works better, I think.
And considering that I don't really see like commercials for this. I don't see like billboards or
right.
There's nothing on buses or bus stops. I don't really see.
Makes me worried because yeah, From has a great following online, but I feel like it's such a small community in comparison to what it could be if they properly allocated money towards marketing. Because now I'm worried that we're so caught up into the show where like we're theorizing, we're trying to figure things out, and then it gets canceled because not enough people were watching. So it makes me anxious.
And then we end up talking about it, right? This is how we ended up with this Frumily that we call it, right? Like we're sitting here every week for 7 days, like losing our minds, talking about it. Like Jade, he's gonna figure it out. And I think that this word of mouth, this 10 weeks of fan promotion or word of mouth promotion is really the best thing for them. It's what worked for Game of Thrones. It works for this, and it's worked for a few other shows. Like if you just get everything all at once, I don't think it has that same longevity as other things. Only things that should be released all at once is Dragon Ball Daima. That is pissing me off, one episode at a time.
It's like when we were teenagers.
Yeah, and Goku is powering up for like 100 episodes type stuff. I'm getting annoyed already.
We're too old for that 100 episode stuff. Cut it down. Minimum, like max 25, please. I don't have the patience like I did when I was a kid.
Hold on real quick. Angel Aguilar, thank you so much for coming through. You're new to the stream. Look, I appreciate you giving us your time. We're going to make sure that you have fun and that you feel seen, Angel. I see you. I need you to do me a favor and let me know. Where are you checking in from? One of the big things I love is when we know where everyone is from. I think it helps us foster a better connection with each other. I can't hear you, but maybe I've been to your town. Maybe I've been to your city. I could definitely ask you some questions. So welcome to the group. I really appreciate you stopping by and coming through. Also, I have to give another quick thank you because I got to get a few thank yous. First off, oh my goodness, thank you. Kayla's bestie. Oh man, you my bestie. You really my bestie. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate you. It's like, y'all be right on time too. Y'all be right on time. Anna Price, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. V. Here, let me send you this emoji right now. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate everything that you're doing for me. Oh my goodness. I don't think sometimes y'all understand just how much I appreciate it, because it takes so much time and so much energy for me to do what I'm doing. Nolly be seeing it sometimes because, I be sitting here Saturday mornings with them. I'm like, I have 5 computer screens up. I'm over here. I'm editing while I'm talking. I haven't even shaved. It's hard. And it's a huge investment of time. And thanks to what you guys have given me, I've been able to collect enough to at least have a little bit of help. Somebody's going to help me get one of my theory videos out there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all for anything that you feel compelled to give. Thank you. November 10th can't come soon enough. Who else we got up in here? We got May Kent representing over Ohio, Reggie Driver, New Jersey, Jersey, and with the spinning waves. I love that. 7-Up collects. 7-Up collects. Love your streams. What are you collecting? Pokemon?
7-Up.
Oh, you know, I collect Coca-Cola bottles. I have one of the
My sister does too.
I have that's dope. I had the ones when they had the names on them. So I have like my kids' names, and then I have one rare thing. I don't think they make it anymore, but some people might remember it. Pepsi Clear. Yeah, I remember the clear Pepsi. Yeah, it's right there. I have it.
It came back a few years ago for like a limited time, but not for long.
All right, we got 198 people in here, 111 likes. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Please, if you can, please, if you feel compelled, please give us a like. Trust me, I have something really, really, really big I'm trying to do for us at the end of the season. We're getting closer and closer to the goal. We're at like the halfway season mark. We're almost halfway to the subscriber count mark. I'm hoping if I get inch close enough to it, I could pull it off. But let's see. We got Adonis from Georgia. We got 7-Up collects from Wisconsin. Gen Xer from Virginia, from New Jersey in West Virginia. I don't know if I've ever been to West Virginia. Ain't even no beaches in West Virginia. That's West Virginia.
Yep. Fallout. Anybody into Fallout?
You know, the show, not so much the game. My game is still the shrink wrap.
I do both. I loved the show and I love the game. All of them.
I'm jealous. I have Fallout 4. It's for my PS4. It's in the shrink wrap still.
I also have them for my PS4. I just started rebuying them for my PC because I don't have enough room on my PS5. I don't have a problem.
I don't have a PS5. All right. I'm low-key.
Every time I say I have a PS5, my husband goes, "I have a PS5." Yeah, we're married. It's our
PS5. We have a PS5. I remind my wife all the time, like, no, this is our comb in my beard. Who else we got? Sarah Hay coming through from Worcester, Massachusetts. Look, I'm going to say hello to a couple more people. I know there's 200 people in here. I think we're about ready to start really getting into this episode. I'm going to address some stuff because some stuff, some stuff was great, some stuff not so great, but I want to get into it. Elizabeth Jaramillo, thank you for coming through from New Mexico. I appreciate you. New Mexico? I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to New Mexico yet. Arizona, yeah. I told my wife I want to go to New Mexico because I want to see what them houses look like. I'm in Scotland. No one knows about this show. I've gotten 5 more new fans to the show just this week. No one has heard of this show. See, this is what I'm talking about. Is it called From in Scotland or is it called Origin? I'm gonna need you to let me know, Delicious, because I heard it that in some countries it's got a different name, Origin. So, all right, we got London, UK up in here. YHim77 is letting y'all know, please hit the like button. 130 likes, 198 watching, 60 y'all is still on the I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm reading this and I'm like, I know what you mean. But I
saw it and I was like, wait, are we still talking about soda?
We still talk. Yeah, I think we still talk about soda.
It's soda.
Oh my goodness. Crystal Pepsi. Yeah, I still got it. I'm about to grab it if y'all want to see it. I'm gonna talk about a couple things. Oh, before I forget, if you haven't already, please go ahead and enter the contest. I'm giving stuff away to 3 lucky winners. I am doing something I've never done before. Typically, when I run contests, I run them on the movieblog.com website. I give away movie screening passes. I give away movies, digital codes. The studios usually hook me up with some digital codes to give away. This time, I'm not sharing it with the movieblog.com. This is a YouTube, Facebook, X.com, Twitter exclusive. This is only for you who are checking in on the live streams, really, and on the Patreon. I'm not sharing it with the larger audience because that's way too many people. This is for y'all for rocking with me. Enter the contest. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give away my Ultraman doll. I'm going to give away my autographed Ultraman hat. I've got some Absolute Power DC comics. If you guys are into superhero comics, I got some Absolute Power DC comics signed by artist Dan Mora. I'm going to be giving those away. And I have a whole bunch of more stuff too, like scripts, screenplays, movie stuff that they usually only give to critics. I have one box I still haven't opened, and if we have time, I might even open it live with you guys. But yeah, want to enter the contest? It's on the community page on the movie blog YouTube channel. Hit it up. And if you guys are checking in from the New Blurred Order, because I think we're going live on the New Blurred Order as well, you are more than welcome to come through and enter. And if you guys are not familiar with the New Blurred Order, please go over to New Blurred Order, subscribe. We are going live every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, I know I'm falling behind. I see some people from New Mexico, some Canada. Dee Dee's in Japan. Japan. Okay, Google. What time is it in Japan? 6:35 a.m. God bless you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming through with this one. 6:35 a.m. Look, I'm gonna make sure you have a good time, Dee Dee. Look, let me know if you specifically have any questions that you want answered. I'm hooking up my Scotland people, my Australia people, and my people from Japan. We're going to be international tonight with some questions getting answered. Who else we got up in here? Contest for U.S. people only, or can Canadians come through? That's a really good question. Let me see. Shipping's not too bad. It's usually customs that be the problem. But as long as, look, if you win in Canada, I'll make sure that I get you something that can absolutely get you through customs without giving us too much trouble. So yeah, Canadians, you're welcome to enter. This is coming ground. All right. This ain't 2-day delivery. This is coming ground. So understand that. You got to be in it to win it, but sometimes I never win. Look, Jay Boogie, it might be your day. This ain't lotto. These are small. There's 200 people here. That's a 1 in 200 chance. And also, if you enter, you can actually get extra entries by doing a couple things. Of course, following me and subscribing on YouTube. Following us on social media too. We're going to be running a contest for the New Blurred Order this week as well. So if you follow us on social media like Twitter, Instagram, things like that, Facebook, you'll get more entries. So there's the cheat code right there. You should see the Brazilian crowds on From is massive. Really? Do I need to start subtitling in Portuguese? Like, what do we need to do? How do I get the word out in Brazil about From? Let me know. Meander Therese? Meander Therese. Can you help me pronounce your last name? Can you type it in phonetically for me? What? Type it in phonetically for me. I want to make sure I pronounce your name properly. I don't want to butcher your name, but I appreciate you coming through from Germany. You're a new subscriber. I have a sister who lives in Germany. I've always been curious to visit there. I hear that they're very welcoming, and I'd love to check it out. All right, let's get into this. All right, yeah, let's get into this, because if I keep going, I'm gonna have way too much fun just talking to you guys and not covering the episode. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened here. Right, we had this scene here where I saw the argument between Jim and Tabitha. And I know that this scene wasn't supposed to be funny. I know this scene wasn't supposed to be funny. But this scene had me rolling, especially at the end where they had the monsters like howling at them, like they're just going back and forth, like you never. What if it's real? What if you just wanted to leave? I'm like, yo, oh my goodness. I love how From just sneaks in that humor sometimes, and it really, really, really helps lighten the mood in those tough moments. Um, so I really, really love that they did that, and I thought it was a great way to start the episode by one reminding us that these two are not on the same page 100%. They still have pre-existing issues in their relationship that they've yet to resolve. Um, but they broke it up with some humor. Okay, Meander Therese, thank you so much for showing me the pronunciation of your name. New subscriber in here from Denmark. Denmark. Oh, you made the right. Yo, your thumbnail looks a little sus. Are you like kick ass? Is that? You got bubbles and stuff? I don't know. It looks a little. I don't know. I don't know if you robbing me or if you're saving me.
Why not both?
You know what? I've seen that, right? When you got heroes for hire, they come save you from a burning building, and then they show you where to tap your credit card.
Yep. 100%.
The Jelly Cabral, hello from Brazil. But yeah, going back to this episode, I love that they even threw in that little joke how Tabitha was like, "Oh, you're just mad that you had to watch your kids for 5 minutes." I was like, truer words have never been said. Yo, where's the lie? Where is the lie?
I said the same thing. I was like, sir, pump them brakes real quick. Real quick, because you had them for what, 15 minutes? It's not babysitting if you're their father, okay? Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, as somebody who is I have a 21-year-old. Right?
Which I still can't believe.
Yeah, he's there. he's a whole ass person. And I understand, like, sometimes you have to raise your children. How about that?
Crazy. The concept. Never heard of it.
You figure it out though. You figure it out.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that whole scene was gold. I love that she finally said that to Jim and spoke for all of us about his behavior. But I also like that they reminded us that there are marital issues here. 100%. And it's also one of the first hints I got in this episode that the writers have been listening to us. Right? I think that there's been a lot of adjustments and reaction to season 3 based off of our very, very vocal community online about season 2. And we're seeing that, right? A lot of people were like annoyed that Jim keeps leaving his kids, myself included. And now we're seeing some of our voices echoed in the show. What we got? Heather, looking good like we do when we have grown children is always hard for people to believe. Say it again. Say it again. The way, wait, hold on. The way she smacked his finger out her face. Yes. First off, guys, never, ever, ever point in your wife's face. That's permission to break your finger. Okay? Don't do that. That's disrespectful.
Literally.
Anyone think Jim will die next episode? That's why Phone Thomas said they're not your kids anymore. I'm not talking about next episode. Don't even ask me. I gotta stick to my notes. Y'all, I gotta stick to my notes. I can only talk. If you ask me a question, I'm going to be looking at my notes and telling you if I can answer it. Waiting for Jim to say he never wanted kids. He wanted a dog. Yo, so here's a theory I remember. One of the commenters said, I think Jim, like back way before season 1, we knew that Jim and Tabitha were on their way to divorce, and it was because after Thomas passed and he had that horrible accident. And someone said, yo, does anyone else think that Jim might have had an affair during that time when they were going through their marital troubles before they took this trip? And I don't have any way to prove it, but it's one of the theories I do like because it almost fits in with their behavior. I don't know. This dude seemed like he might be a little feeling a little guilty. But yeah, this scene, this was everything for me. This whole moment was everything for me. What else happened in this episode? We have a lot to talk. They're not your kids anymore. They're Jade's. Yeah, so I don't know if I rock with this. I don't know how you feel about this, Nolly. There's a lot of people who's sitting here trying to ship Tabitha and Jade now.
It gives me the ick. While I don't love Jim, Jade, I mean, just because he's seeing the symbols and she's got her stuff going on, it would feel forced. It would feel like a cheap plot to hit, like a filler plot, and it just doesn't feel necessary. I'm hoping that's not what happens, but
I still have a sneaking suspicion that we have yet to find out the full extent of Jade's relationship with his friend Toby that was in the car with him. So, I'm still holding on to that fact that we still need more clarification as to what was happening there.
100%.
What else we got? Somebody's asking me about stuff later in the episode. I'm gonna start this for later. Do you think the items in the cave that all right, we're gonna save this one for later. I'm gonna come back to this one. How long is it till people want to talk about Tabitha being gone? Listen, we're gonna get to that one too. Team Jabitha, Gothic chick, stop it. Stop it. I don't know. There's more of y'all. Y'all don't really think that Jade might be, y'all don't think about him and Toby? Right? The Jelly Cabral? The Jelly Cabral? I'm trying to figure this out. But yeah, Jelly agrees. There's something, there might be more to this. Who else we got? Yo, what up? Hey, what up, Ray Barnes? I appreciate you coming through. I do not like the way Tabitha is written. She does not seem bright. I think there's 158 people who gave this video a like. I appreciate if the other 80 who's watching would help us out. But I think Tabitha is written. I get frustrated with the way that Tabitha is written too. I get frustrated because I project a lot onto her, and then I start projecting expectations on her. I wanted her to do more in Camden May, right? I wanted her to not try to crash the car when Henry was going to the bottle tree. But I also try to remember that she's a woman who's going through some psychological trauma with the death of her son, a messy divorce with her family that her husband doesn't want to let go, two kids who are messed up and they don't understand boundaries between disrespecting your parents. And she's in From Town, and she fell out of a building, and she got hit in a car accident. Like, in a short amount of time, right? That she's been in From Town for like what, a month? Yeah, I don't. I keep trying to. I don't know. I get frustrated with her too. Can I submit my Jim is in on a theory? Of course you can. Of course you can. You can always absolutely submit your theory.
Oh.
Yeah. What? Hold on. Did I miss something?
Jalen's follow-up comment. He said, Thomas said it on the phone. Why do you want my mommy to die?
Oh. You must be ahead of me. Yep. There he did. There it is. There it is. Did Tabitha cheat?
I don't think Tabitha cheated. I think I got from the conversation that Jim did the typical, they lost their son. He decided to just disassociate and not really adjust to feelings while she was left to be a mom to the kids. and also deal with her grief kind of thing. I didn't get cheating vibes. I just got like detachment issues going on.
Eventually we got to address this whole Thomas thing, because that Thomas phone call was all sorts of disrespectful, but true. I kept thinking in my head, you remember that meme they did of Anthony Mackie? He's out of line, but he's right. Like that kept playing in my head. Like, yo, this is out of control.
I'm gonna need a therapist to stop at the tree and join Fromville, because there's just a lot going on, and I feel like we need to unpack it in a healthy way.
Oh, I think I see E-Man in here. Where'd you go? Because I saw my notification. E-Man stay coming through and hitting me with the support. If you guys aren't familiar, E-Man from E-Man's Reviews, he and I are partners, like brothers. We've been working together for a very, very long time. Coming through on the live streams is a new thing to me, but he's been like that unsung hero who's been sitting there encouraging me to keep trying. So thank you, E-Man. I see that you came through with a nice $20 donation on Cash App. Francine, Frankie, yo, Frankie, thank you so much, Frankie. Look, Frankie, I appreciate you, Frankie. Yes, Frankie. Yes, you and your husband are cool with me. I hope he's not working too hard tonight, video editing. I know it could be rough. What else we got? Heather says she's going to stick up for Jim. He's going through some stuff too. I don't know about the backstory, but I think he's a bit of okay, maybe. I understand Jim from one major perspective. He doesn't feel like his opinion ever gets heard. And that could be heartbreaking. That could be heartbreaking for real. He definitely was not feeling heard when he was on his way to divorce. He didn't want to get divorced.
Right.
He definitely was not feeling heard when he heard the voice on the radio, right? And nobody still cares. Still, nobody cares. Nobody has revisited the fact that there was a voice on the radio or even tried to revisit the radio. Donna told him to stop trying to be a hero. I need y'all to stop with this. Go ahead.
Stop it. I hope they don't have like those, you know how like some series, they have things that happen that make you question it and then they leave it open-ended and never address it again. I need someone to address the voice on the radio.
Yes. There's a lot of things that have been opened up that we need to go back to and we need to resolve. I've said this many times. If season 3 tries to skate through a whole season without giving us some solid, tangible answers, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a big problem, right? Like I love MGM. I love you writers, John. If you're watching, Jeff, I know you guys check us out. I need answers this season, because if we don't get answers this season, it's going to be a problem. I'm saying this almost like also from a fan and as a critic. We need something to keep us hooked to continue to want to watch. And if we don't get answers and just more mysteries, there's people who are going to get disinterested. We're going to get lost vibes. We don't want to go down that road. Jade is an intellect. I do not see the attraction between those two. Jade was also a drug addict. He's an intellect, but he's also a drug addict, right? Like he was just smoking weed and drinking because he didn't have access to what he really wanted. Jalen Fromville, I submitted my theories on your Facebook and you liked it. And I can show you more of my proof. I got proof Jim is in on it. I did see your comment on Facebook. If there's time at the end, I'll circle back to it and we can address that one. Otherwise, put in the additional details in the Facebook page. I read every comment on Facebook. And just let me know where you're going with it. And let's see if we can circle back to that one. The Grumble Door. They killed Toby probably because they came in a different way. The 2 cars thing only happened once before. So I put this out there before. I think Toby was taken out because he might have been one of the significant players to help resolve the issue. Like I've said before, I think everybody in the show has a role. Tabitha's got a role. She's just like, I call her the Chromonacle, but that's really just like the person who solves mysteries, who helps cut through the BS. She's the one who's going to help bring clarity to what's going on. Boyd is like the hero. He instills hope in people. Kenny is somewhere along like that with being the moral compass. I think and Ethan is just, I don't know, but Ethan has all the freaking answers. Every time he opens his mouth, he's spitting knowledge. He's spitting gold. I think Toby's a role to play too. But I think the monsters took him out before he was able to enter the game and start to fulfill his role. And I think that's why they ordered Sarah. And I say monsters, I mean the dark entity. I think that's why the dark entity ordered Sarah to take out Ethan, because they're like, yo, Ethan is a problem. Get him out of here. Let's see. Jalen, I appreciate you. Do me a favor, leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna circle back to you. Let's see who else we got in here. There's other stuff to talk about. But yeah, this argument between Jim and Tabitha was everything to me. I loved it. Julie, the next day, I thought this was kind of funny because like Tabitha still got scratches on her face, and it's like if you just walked in on this scene and you'd never seen From before, you would think it was a completely different situation. Like, yo, scratched up, clasping her cup, like acting like nothing is wrong. It was like you would think this is the wrong type of situation. And then Julie just come through and just is wild disrespectful to her mother. Like, yeah. And I kind of get it. She's like sick of her parents' bull crap. Where are the moderators? Where are the moderators? Where is Delsenia? Delsenia's not here today. All right. Let me see a friend. Phone and a friend. We need a moderator. All right, let me hit up my lifeline. All right, let's see what we're doing. We're going to try to get one up in here. But yeah, I thought that she was wild, disrespectful to her parents, but she's tired of them leaving all this responsibility on her by leaving her alone. Like she keeps raising Ethan. And that's not babies. Like you're not supposed to do that as a sibling. Like not when you have two parents right there. So I get it. I get it. Only because some tend to get off topic. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna look into adding more moderators. Definitely not something I'm gonna do on the live.
This Facebook comment got me wiggling my eyebrows.
Yeah.
It says, yes, someone says, clearly Tabitha is Victor's sister. Miranda died because she pushed Eloise into the faraway tree and helped her get away, which is why Victor found Miranda's body, but not Eloise. Eloise was adopted, and that's why Tabitha has that Spanish accent, because of her adoptive parents. This is my theory, because why as a child does Tabitha remember the forest?
Okay. All right. We're going to do this now. Let's do it now. We're going to do it now. So I took some time, as I sometimes do, and I was like, you know what? I know there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to watch this episode and they're going to be like, yo, Tabitha and Miranda is the same person. So I decided to do my due diligence and just look it up, right? These are actresses. They're listed on IMDb, and also we have photos of them. So I was like, you know what? Let me just look up what they look like. And they don't look like the same person. Now, there's a little bit of something that I can kind of buy into, which is, I don't want to say reincarnation, right? Because I've also talked about generational roles. Oh, did Ash Ronald show up? Let me know. Oh, there we go. Moderators here, y'all. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Appreciate you for coming through, Ash Ronald. We got a moderator in the building, y'all. I've talked about people having generational roles, like Miranda and Tabitha both having the role of being chosen to help save the children in the tower. I call them the Crominati. So to a degree, I want to say there's aspects of the reincarnation idea that I can see. But I think it's not exactly like reincarnation, not like the same person per se. You ever you ever watch Avatar, the cartoon, The Last Airbender, Nali?
Yeah.
So you know how like in Avatar, when one avatar passes, and I'm totally stealing this from E-Man. When one avatar passes, they are reincarnated in someone in a new body. However, they don't have the memories of their previous life. It's like one spirit that's just being reborn. They have the full access to the whole avatar powers, but they're individual people that, I don't know, somehow still have the same spirit, whatever. So I feel like this is like that, in that there are roles that are being passed on to other people.
Right, I agree.
And maybe there's something like spirits being passed on. I don't know that. I can't disprove it. One of my favorite things that I love to do when I come up with a theory, and I recommend that you all do your due diligence when checking other people's theories, is theories. My favorite theories are theories that are supported by things we've seen in the show. If you have to go outside the show, you got to know about this mythology, you got to know this other language, you got to know this whole other religion to understand how these other pieces might fit into this show. I can't really invest myself in theories that require outside research. I prefer theories that are based off of things that are supported by what we've actually seen in the show itself, right? Like Eloise's Mephisto. I see you, Michael. I'm joking. But if the theory isn't supported by the show, then I can't like, I need to see something from the show to support it. I shouldn't have to study a whole other class to understand this. Right, like that's just my opinion on it, and I love the ideas and I love the theories, and I think I went a little hard in this video. If you guys saw my deep dive, yeah, probably saw me like going at people, pointing my hands at the camera. Like, I love how smart everyone is, and I feel like if we all were aligned in certain things, we honestly would be able to solve this, because you guys are really, really smart. But when we start going down the wrong rabbit hole, I feel like it's distracting us, and I feel like it's like, man, I know we could do it if we're just all on the same page. But yeah, I wanted to just go ahead and show you that I did the legwork. I went and found a clear picture of the Eloise actor. I went on Instagram, y'all. I found the actress. I found out who she is. And I was like, you know what? I know she's going to post high-res pictures on Instagram. Her parents will anyway, because they're trying to get her more jobs. That's her. This is Tabitha on the left. They are not the same. They're not the same person. They're not the same actress. These are two different little girls, if some of you can't tell people apart. But yeah, I guess we're good. We got to address this up front, because this is I hope some of y'all help me and get aligned with figuring out things that the show has actually shown us, rather than things that we want it to be. All right, I think I said my rant. Nolly, you gotta stop me.
No, I totally agree that there's a theory that roles get passed down in Fromville. So like, even if people die, someone will show up to fill in that role. And I think it fits well, because Victor had an older sister, came with his mom. Mom was seeing the kids. She was having visions and things. Then here comes little baby Ethan, who's got his older sister, who's got his mom, who's also seeing visions and things like that. And so I think roles do carry on. I feel like Fromville is giving Silent Hill. Like it's a manifestation of everyone's trauma in one spot. And that's why the tree shows up for certain people and doesn't show up for everyone. It's you have to be like at a certain level, I guess, hit some tick of trauma and it's like boom, you're in there. Not
So
one has a higher.
so this is a real scientific term. I know, like, as artist, when I was in college, I was doing my figure drawing classes. One of the things they taught us is that when you draw someone's face, you have to try to imagine the skull beneath it, and that's how you're able to then start layering on the details that you want to actually show. You study the skulls. That's I got a cranium, right? I got one of those. I get it. It's not the same. Completely different actors.
So I thought that.
Did someone say they're the same girl? Yeah, some people was like that she is Eloise, just grown up. Some people did say that. Hairline is different. Yeah, yes. Victor said his mom seen the tree, then went home. I thought Victor said he saw his mom's body outside the bottle tree.
That's what I thought. Because his mom's sweater is in the cave.
Yeah. Let me make sure I stick to my notes. Yeah. Why do the crusty kids look older now? They also look like they have some kind of disease. So here's another thing that's been throwing people off is that the children are getting older and the show is not recasting. I saw another theory somewhere that there were two boy and whites, right? There was one in Camden, Maine, and then there was one in Fromtown. And then I just did the legwork. I looked up the acting credits, and actually, no, there's one boy in white. This little kid just grew up. He just got taller. He looks a little. His face is filling up a little different. If you ever look back at like Harry Potter 1, and so not just the main actors, but like the side wizards and stuff, and then you see them today, they look very different than they did as children. So we're just getting to see that on television again, because they film this every year. So we're going to see that where the crusty kids. I like Garbage Pail Kids. Thank you.
Oh, they're definitely Garbage Pail Kids, 100%.
I feel like they're getting older. Their arms are a little bit lankier. I don't think the wardrobe team is giving them new outfits. They're just like, put this back on. And they just sent them out there to film their scene. So I think that's what's happening there. Who else we got up in here? Yaz is here. Yaz, did you was hey Yaz?
Hey girl, hey.
Who else we got up in here? That's of course our new Blurred Order member over there. E-Man called them crusty kids, had me cracking up. E-Man's like, we need to give these kids a bath. Right? They need a bath.
They need more than a bath. They need an intervention. They need the holiest of holy scrubbing rags. Like, they are caked.
Yes, Joel Osteen needs to show up and dip them in some water, pray over them, clean them up, and send them home. And I know everybody don't like talking about Joel Osteen. I don't even know why I brought him up. Look, at least I didn't bring up Teflo Dollar, whatever his name is. What else we got? So there's some other stuff that happened in this episode. Let me not get too much more distracted. Yeah, doing good stuff though. We also had that scene with what else happened this episode? Ethan. So the show finally decided to let be a part of the mystery and solving the mystery. And I didn't know how much I needed that. Right? Where we at? Am I on the right one? Ethan's like, yo, Do you think because Ethan is sitting over here and he's giving main character energy now? Because like
Always.
I love like he came in, his mom was freaking out, and he came upstairs and he was like, "Yo, you seeing them again?" She was like, "Uh-huh." He was like, "You want to go outside?" She was like, "Uh-huh." I'm like, yes. Make this little kid a part of the story as much as possible. He absolutely needs to be a way bigger part of this show because Ethan, I said all the time, he has all the answers. It's just that everybody dismisses him because he's a child.
Because he's a kid.
Yep. Yeah, but when you sit down and he's like dropping knowledge, it's like it's
doing at the bar.
She's like, "Yo, do you want to go to the bar and try to figure out this mystery?" He's like, "All right, let's go." And I'm excited. I'm excited about that because think about it. Jade is the like the resident genius who's trying to figure it out, right? But if you actually have him listen to Ethan and think for a moment, wait a minute, Ethan is telling me he's getting all of this information from Victor. And I've been trying to, like Jade's been trying to get all this information from Victor. He just needs to ask Ethan. Ethan already knows. Man, I love that Ethan is being included, and that his mom is the one who's like, "Do you want to go to the bar?" Because I think this is gonna be important. These dang ain't cooey kids. I'm sitting here trying to find. I'm trying to find like how them like they got like what I like. What's weird about them? What's really creepy is that like they're growing and the outfits aren't. So it just makes their limbs look elongated. They look real lanky. They got that weird.
It's probably some budget cuts.
Oh, Brom, I love you. I love you. You know what? Look, I'm okay with some stuff. I need them to make sure they put the money in the cast because as we go into a 4th season potentially, I know what that means. For those of you who are not aware, one of the big things about actors in their contracts is that it's almost like football or most other sports, right? When you sign on to a team, you're a rookie, you get a rookie contract, right? You have a set salary and that salary doesn't change for like 5 years or something. Actors have the same kind of deal, right? They join a TV show, X amount of seasons, their salary stays the agreed amount. However, if a show reaches like a 4th or a 5th season or something like that, that's when I can't even say it needs to be negotiated. Most of them have unions who require you to pay them more. So for this show to get renewed, it probably means that a lot of people who have been here since season 1 they're gonna get what they deserve. They're making, in my opinion, what is probably MGM's highest rated show. Maybe Godfather of Harlem can compete with it, but that's Forrest Whitaker, so he's a G. But aside from that, they're probably making the highest rated show. So I think if they're doing that for this channel, that nobody like, I'm introducing it to people, right? When I say it's on MGM Plus, they're like, "What is?" I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. That's usually the number one response. And I'm introducing them to it through this show. Then give it to them. Give it to them. This is the equivalent of Stars and Power, right? Like if Power is gone, so am I, right? Like I'm not, if From is gone, a lot of people are not. There's a lot of people who are on MGM just for From. So give it to them. Give it to them. Let's see who else. I see a lot of y'all in the comments. Don't think I don't see y'all. Only subscribe to Amazon for From. That's it. Yes.
Same.
Dee, same thing. I literally only subscribe to MGM for From. And you did that. You did that from far, right? You're helping them get an international. I can't say that for a lot of shows. I don't think I've ever heard someone say I'm watching The Godfather of Harlem from Australia. I love Forrest Whitaker, but I don't think I've heard that comment. But yeah, let me not get too carried away. I see some of your comments here. I want to talk about everything that happens. Can we leave the crusty kids alone, y'all? This show does not.
He need a snack. A snack and a hug, not from me.
He looks like he needs to be adopted.
You know what I hear? What's that? Sarah McLachlan song. As soon as he comes in the arms. Yep. I need an 800 number to pop up right under him right now. That baby needs to be saved.
Oh my gosh. Anybody want to virtually adopt this kid for 29 cents a day?
For 29 cents a day, you could make a difference in this Ankui kid's life. What's his name? Krusty Baldy walks 3 miles every day just to get some water from the lake for him and his siblings. But for 29 cents a day, we could drop ship water bottles to Fromville for Krusty Dangles.
Oh my gosh. All right. How many people? We got 298 people watching, 198 likes. Please, if you're here, please give this video a like. Look, I know some of you have been nice enough to help me with Cash Apps, right? With Cash Apps, with Venmo, with PayPal. I really appreciate it. I'm not monetized right now. Me and Nolly are just doing this for the love of the show. There's no super chat button, if you guys have noticed. If nothing else, please give this video a like. It is free. Please give this video a like. I have something important, something really important I want to show you guys, or try to do for all of us by the end of the season. The biggest thing that'll help is if this channel is able to grow. I was told to get to 30,000 subscribers. I'm doing my best. I'm doing everything I can. Look, I even got Harold to repost my From costume, y'all. I walked around New York Comic-Con ringing a bell in a big old afro. The whole New Blurred Order laughed at me. But I'm doing everything I can. Please give this video a like. I appreciate you all. Thank you. What else we got going on? Okay. Ty Briggs. Ty's in here? I didn't see Ty. Is he in here? The Nkui kids. I was gonna say something about it, but you had me laugh and forget. Is the Godfather of Harlem similar to Hoodlum? Yes. It is the same story of like Hoodlum and American Gangster with Bumpy Knuckles growing into power in Harlem. It's played by Forrest Whitaker. Vincent D'Onofrio's in the show. It's actually got a really good cast. We even see like all these stories with how Bumpy intertwined with Malcolm X. So Malcolm X is a part of the show, and he appears in it for like 2 seasons. So it's actually a solid show. I actually really like it. Not trying to diss on them. What else we got? Whatever happened to Boyd catching the monsters?
That's a good question.
I made it to a live Hey Movie blog. Started watching your videos a few weeks ago. Look, Curleen Joaquin, I'm excited for you to be here, and I love your beautiful wedding photo. I love that. I love that you have the whole shot in your thumbnail. That lets guys know, 1, boundaries. 2, I made it, y'all. So I love that. Thank you for coming through, Curleen. I really appreciate it. Where are you checking in from? You got to let us all know exactly where you are checking in from, what city, what's that you're in. I want to know. I think it helps us all make a better connection with each other. If I can at least, I can't hear your voice, but maybe I've been to your city, and I can say, we can connect that way. Florida. All right. We know all about Florida. Now, you got to be specific. You got to be specific. There's a big difference between Miami and Fort Lauderdale and every Jacksonville. You hot ass Florida. All right, you specific enough. I got you. All All right, what else happened in this episode? So yeah, I think I went in earlier on this scene with Jade and Jim and how Jade was just running through all the wild theories. I think I beat this one to death, right? Like, you guys understand it where I am at, that this was meta commentary, like the writers are listening and that they were repeating some of the theories that they've read online and had spoke about them or commented them through Jade. This is meta commentary. We all on the same page? All right, cool. All right, we all on the same page.
Not Heather shooting her shot in the comments.
I saw that too. I was like, all right, Heather.
Go ahead, girl.
Do it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I stan a go-getter. I stan.
Fellas. Right here. You see that right there? Shoot your shot. What else we got? Yep. First time I subscribed to MGM Plus was for War of the Worlds. I renewed subscription for From. That's it. Let's see. I talked about this one. We didn't talk about Henry and Victor. So Henry and Victor had a few interesting scenes in this episode. First, they talked about Victor talking about what was her name? Mrs. something, and her son, and why he had a boxcar in his
I'm so bad with names.
I know. Well, it's harder when it's like a name of somebody we haven't met.
Like in passing.
Yeah, in passing. So he's like, oh, this is like Mrs. Davis or something.
The only store that.
And I thought this scene was interesting because it gave a little bit of a hint that everybody here on this show lost someone. It feels like everyone on this show lost someone. So it was even hinting that even the people who were here before had lost someone before they came here. So I like that they threw that out, because I feel like these are some of the a little frustrating, but they're the breadcrumb hints that we get throughout the series that it's going to come together later. I really feel like the writers. I'm sorry.
Okay, you got to.
I got to stop reading the comments when I'm in my monologue. All right. I really feel like the writers are trying to create something that has a lot of rewatchability, so that by the time the series does end, it's going to give us some sort of wild revelation that makes us want to impulsively watch again from the beginning. That's what I think is happening. And these are part of those breadcrumbs that is going to help us later down the line. And now I keep getting distracted. Why are y'all dating in the comments? You can't even swipe right.
I will say everyone in the comments is correct. I was also yelling at Henry because why you can't whisper? What's wrong with whispering?
Yo, so Henry, oh man, I'm gonna get back to this one. Henry, I get it, because Henry, he we get frustrated at characters, and I feel like we project on them. We projected on Acosta for shooting her gun through the window in Colony House, and we project on Henry because we expect them to be G's, right? Like, get with the program. People are dying. Start acting like the season 1 people. But they just got there. And watching someone figure it out from the beginning can feel really challenging as a viewer, because, you know, we're already far ahead. And now we got to wait for characters who just got added to the show to catch up with us. It would have been nice if he whispered, but we got to also remember that he hasn't seen his wife in decades. And this was the first time he's seen anything of hers. He had that same reaction when he saw Victor's lunchbox. He was like, where did you get that? Get in my house right now. Now he saw a piece of his wife's clothing and he couldn't control himself. You know, I don't know. Some of y'all are married. Some of us are married. And, you know, when you're married for a long time, like, your partner, you know, you mostly think about the things that you've overcome with your partner, right? Like when you have your partner, they become the closest family member to you, closer than your parents, closer than your siblings. They become that closest person. So I get it. I get it. No Henry or Victor slander will be tolerated. Thank you, K Marie. I appreciate that. We understand where the line is now, right? Everybody, we here. We got boundaries. Right? He is new to all this. He really don't know what is going on. So it's okay that he didn't whisper. Victor shouldn't have let him come with him. That is the real honest truth. This is Victor's fault.
True.
Right? Victor's been here for 40 years or something. I don't even know.
He already knows what's up.
He knew better. He knew better. And especially to put his own father in jeopardy at that. I mean, right. I try to remember Victor's like not fully developed mentally, so he gets a little bit of a curve, but still he knows people die here easily.
Right.
The ventriloquist doll is scary to me than the monsters. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't trust dolls.
You know, what's scary to me is that it keeps being moved. And it's scary to me that Jade saw him in one of his visions. I love how the show is showing us that Jade made this metaphor one time that trying to figure this out is trying to put together a puzzle, but you don't get the picture to reference, and you don't even get corners or edges to help. And we've even seen him like breaking glass and then picking up pieces and trying to figure out how they might fit together. We're starting to see the overlapping threads, and Jade is the common denominator, right? Jade has seen Jasper in a vision along with the symbol on the wall. Jade has seen the Ankui kids when he went in the cave. Jade is the one who's going to be able to connect all these things together because now they have overlap through him, even though we still don't know how this puzzle is going to look when we're done. Yeah, Jade is us. Man, I had some starred comments I was going to address real quick. Oops. I saw something about Pepe's Pizza in Yonkers is everything. I'm definitely going to check that out. I love Yonkers. If you've ever been to Yonkers, I'm going to throw this out there for all you people in New York. I'm going to do y'all all a huge favor, and you will thank me for this. Candlelight on Central Avenue has hands down the best wings outside of Buffalo, New York. And this is from someone who's lived in Buffalo for years.
Ranch or blue cheese?
I am a blue cheese person.
Period. That's the only way it should be, and I don't want to hear no slander on blue cheese. It's blue cheese every time.
Every time.
I hate when I get wings and they're like, "You want ranch? Why would I want ranch?
Why did you ask me? Why is that here?
The blue cheese.
Why are you asking me this? Like
silly questions with silly answers. I just don't. No.
Anthony, I have a hot 4 list of From channels I watch. Now that From is more popular, people are watching ahead and passing on the information as theories. It's getting out of hand. Yes. Watch us, the movie blog, New Blurred Order, E-Man's reviews, and like a few others. Those are my top 3. I will say this about you, Anthony. I have the utmost respect for you and your content for not posting spoilers. One YouTuber whose name I will refrain from mentioning showed spoiled photos. So I do show photos, right? I will show at the end of this episode, at the end of this live, photos from the next episode. However, I warn you, you can leave. I'm not going to make it the focal point. It's just for a select few. Debbie, Bo Baby don't like them. She usually leaves. I am going to cover some photos from the next episode, but they're not really spoilerish. Like they're not. I'm not going to like show you, Fatima stuff.
Give me them. Give them. Give me.
What they do is they title the video as a breakdown, or they do that, and they get you.
I hate that bait and switch. I hate that that's what like content has become, all like clickbait titles, and then you get in there and that's not what I signed up for. Not what I signed up for.
It's tough. I go through that a little bit because if your thumbnail isn't attractive enough, they might not click it. Right. I was looking through my analytics, and one of the commenters was telling me about how I was saying like 80% of my views aren't subscribed. And it was like, that's a good thing, because that means your video is getting pushed to more people outside of just who subscribe to you. And then I started to look further in the analytics, and it was like, oh, your thumbnail was actually shown to 175,000 people and only like 8,000 people clicked it or whatever. And I'm like, oh, no wonder they're losing their minds, because they're looking at these stats. I would lose my mind too. We have bottle trees here in New Orleans. Wait, what?
For real?
Why? Gumbo City, bro? First off, Wheezy the GOAT. But why? If you're still here, please, you gotta explain. You gotta expand.
Oh, it says that there are spirit trees.
What?
Bottle trees are thought to protect people and their homes from evil spirits. They're known as spirit trees. The tradition of hanging bottles from trees originated in Africa and came to America during the transatlantic slave trade. The bottles were hung upside down or tied to trees near important locations to trap evil spirits. The most popular color for bottle trees is cobalt blue, which is associated with ghosts and spirits. That shade of blue is said to come from the Gullah Geechee people and is also known as haint blue.
I love this.
That's cool.
I love this. Oh, I love this. This fits in with this show so well.
100%.
Because we already have, cool. So I don't want to say too much, because I have an ultimate theory about what is happening in this show. And I know y'all so well. If I give y'all just too big of a clue, somebody's going to run with my theory and claim it. So far, I've been in the clear. Nobody has claimed my theory yet. But this really fits in with why I think this show is called From. I've been asking this. I've been wondering this for like a couple years now. I've asked every cast member I could why this show is called From, and this absolutely fits into that. Do you think the items in the cave that the monsters are hiding are more personal items Victor collected? His mom's sweater was there in Jasper. I don't think that they're the stuff that Victor collected, because when Henry asked Victor why did they have this, he was like, I don't know, they just take things. But I do think that they collect things because they want to be more human-like, and they're kind of I don't want to say jealous.
It's easier for them to trick people, I feel like, if they were to have personal items. Because energy always attaches itself to things you love the most. And so if they're collecting things that people hold near and dear, I feel like it's easier for them to trick people and convince them to like open windows, open doors, and stuff like that.
I could rock with that. Oh, snap. Gumbo City's still here. What do you say? The colors of the bottles matters as well. Yeah, cobalt blue. We just saw that. Look, we're going to need you to drop some more knowledge in these comments. I'm going to be looking for you.
For real. I'm a vampire kleptomaniac.
I rock a Geek Academy too. So I've been noticing Geek Academy. Geek Academy's got some amazing thumbnails. I'm like I'm like low-key jealous at Geek Academy's thumbnails. I feel like Geek Academy is a little... it's a different approach to the content. I think he's really, really good though. So I really, really rock with his thumbnails. I see y'all. I'm with y'all. I'm getting this stuff in my feed too. Hello, all. My favorite channel to tune into live after each. Lisa, I appreciate you. Lisa's one of my. Lisa's got my heart. She. Man, I'm so grateful for Lisa. I'm so grateful for Lisa. Thank you so much for coming through, Lisa. You always come through. I appreciate you. I'm going to always make sure I look for you and try to shout you out when you come in here. Let's see. Who else we got up in here? Geek Academy gets too in depth with the number, though. Look, I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth other theorists outside of what I've already done. I think some theorists get a lot more academic than I do with it, because it's so fun to just pull things from outside the show and be like, it fits here, it fits there. It's like you're creating a puzzle and then or you're making a car and you start like, I'm gonna get this Dodge engine and I'm put it with this Ford transmission and I'm gonna get this German muffler and it's a car, it fits. And I'm like, does it? Kind of. But I prefer to go with what the manufacturer recommended, which is what is in the show. Let's see who else we got. Can you please replace your smoke alarm battery? I didn't know my microphone. I didn't know my mic was that sensitive.
You know what's funny is that I'm so black that I did not hear it until someone pointed it out, and I started listening for it.
All right, right.
Y'all don't have background noise like that in your houses?
No, my wife understands that I'm working and she's just like, she turned the volume down and stuff like that. She might be in the comments, I don't know. Who else we got? Hope we got a new subscriber up here, Thickly.
Yes.
Please give Thickly a nice welcome. Welcome her into the Fromly, the Monday Night Movies crew. I really appreciate you coming through, Miss Thickly. If you could do us all a favor, one, be welcome. Get comfortable. You in a safe space here. Two, let us know where you're from. What city are you checking in here from? Are you from the tri-state? Are you from Florida? There's a lot of people from Florida. Are you out of the country? There's a lot of people checking in from out of the country. Please let us know where you're from. I can't hear your voice, but it does help, at least help us make a connection with you. If you could just give us a nice detail about where you're from. Fromly Theory, thank you. Appreciate you coming through. All right, look, y'all gonna make me change my battery. Okay. All right. I'm gonna handle this. Nolly, do you want to? I'm gonna let you rock for a second. You got this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You got this.
Okay.
You know what? I got a better idea. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got a better idea. I ain't gonna leave you for long.
Oh, Thickly's from Atlanta. I've been dying to go. I live so close. I feel like it's not a far drive from where I live, but I've never been. I need to get out there sometimes. I hear good things about the food. Not from Keith Lee, though. I saw a theory about what the numbers from the bottle tree mean, that it could be pieces of a musical score. You know what? Maybe. Especially since we see a lot of other like hoodoo references. I feel like jazz would be important. Music would be important. That I could rock with it. The tree in the middle of the road is a faraway tree. I feel like the tree in the middle of the road is a trauma tree, if that makes sense. Like only people who fit like Fromville's criteria see the tree in the road. So I don't think it's a faraway tree. I think it's like that trauma tree that's the gateway into Fromville. If that makes sense. The missing motel. Aaron, you're right. The way my bank account is set up, I can visit down the block and Walmart. So I get it. Understand. Boyd was having a great day, I feel like. Which is rare, which doesn't bode well, I think.
My plan failed. I think you guys are still going to hear it. We're just going to have to.
Look,
I don't even know which smoke detector it is, right? There's one in every room. So if I start going from room to room, this is going to take some time.
So Gumbo City Rail says, so did all the people in the ambulance meet the criteria? I think because the ambulance had Henry and Tabitha in it, that it met the criteria for them to go back into Fromville. Like it didn't matter who else was with them. As long as they were in there, the criteria was met. I feel like they ticked the right boxes.
And they got taken out. Those extras.
They were gone.
Let's see. That was very Jim of you, Anthony. If y'all could have seen what I did, all I did was like close the door. Let's see what else happened in this episode. We talked about Henry and we didn't talk about Marielle and Randall. We talked about Henry and we get lost down here. Victor
My
going
can't whisper.
No, yeah, he can't whisper. But we didn't talk about Marielle and Randall. I felt like Randall and Marielle almost had like, I don't know. It was a weird, interesting little moment because like Randall was giving her a lot of crap and she was being like, she was just taking it. Like, all right, you know, I've dealt with people like you before. I know you're just lashing out. And so at first I was sitting there and I was like, where were they sitting at in the bus? Like, did they know each other? She almost acted as if she was like, this was someone, I don't want to say she knew him, but I don't know. It felt like there might have been a connection there. And I don't know exactly how far the connection might have went. So I did go back and I tried to look at where they were sitting at in the bus. When they came here, I don't think I took a screenshot. But in the bus, I remember Randall was sitting in the front. Brick was sitting immediately behind him. Behind Brick was the pair of the elderly folks that got taken out by Smiley. And behind the elderly folks was Marielle way in the back with her headphones on. And I was sitting there and I was like, man, the interesting thing was that most people were sitting in pairs, except for Marielle, Randall, and Brick. They were the only ones I saw that were sitting and had like their own seats on the bus. So I was like, man, that's interesting. I don't know what that means. I could start to create my own theories, but I'd be filling in too many narratives, and then I feel like I would be projecting. So I didn't really follow through with it enough to make a theory, but I did want to at least put that out there in case anyone else notices some interesting details between Marielle and Randall that I might have missed. Anyone know if the movie blog has a Discord channel? I have a Discord channel, but it's not a well-maintained one. Me and Ash Ronald run the Discord. We could do better. We could do better. Thick Lee says, I think Marielle is just used to people like Randall. The kind of addiction she had, she is definitely not rattled by him.
True.
Yes. I could believe that.
She rocked with it.
Yeah.
She's also a nurse, isn't she? So she deals with all types of people. I think she's got good bedside manner.
She's a pediatric nurse, I think. So
yeah,
she deals with some probably messed up teenagers. Who is Brick? Brick was the person in the bus that got. Yeah, I remember when the house fell on Jim, and then some of the people from the bus went to go try to help Jim out.
Right.
It was Randall, Tom, and Brick. That was Brick, the one who like freaked out and died when, and then a monster jumped down. That was Brick. Notice how the two medics died and weren't replaced. I think we were at quota. I think those two medics actually put us over. I think we're still over, but you know,
probably.
You know how that go. Let me shut up. Let me just shut up. What else didn't I like in this episode? Ellie and Elgin and Tilly were alone too. Tilly was alone? Now you're gonna make me look back. I'm gonna double check that. I think you're right though. I couldn't stand Brick. Brick. It's not Brick's fault. Brick was in the wrong place at the wrong time. All right, I got my phone notifications on, y'all, just in case anybody decides they want to give a cash app. I will be glad to give you some praise and attention right away. It's just so y'all know. That's why you might hear some beeps in the background. Oh, snap. Amy. Thank you. This is why I check. This is why I check. Amy, thank you so much. Amy, girl. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know your business, but apparently this is like the dating scene now in this From group chat. Just let people know. Let people know if you need someone to keep you. I want to help you out. Or if there's anything else, you got any questions for us? I definitely think we're over to 78 right now. Was 78 the quota? I thought people were throwing around the numbers 7 and 4. I don't know.
You know, it's funny. It doesn't feel like there's 70-ish people there.
You know what surprises me? Every time I see a random that I don't remember seeing from before. Like I remember when Kenny and Jim went out to the settlement to go get vegetables, and then we had those 2 other people. I was like, "Oh snap! There's another Asian guy here." Like I honestly thought the Lus were the only Asian people in town. And then there was another Asian guy. There was a black girl, and there's like all these other people. Like Colony House must be humongous. Like there's just got it. Like people are sleeping everywhere. Couches, chairs, they fucking on the couch. They're everywhere. So I could believe that there's 70 some odd people in town with the houses and the diner and the post office. Movie blog turned it into a dating show. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to put you on the spot like that, Amy. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Look, this money, the $20. Thank you. I'm actually taking this, and I'm like, I actually got some help to help me with one of my video edits because it's getting out of control. I'm still going to be doing my main video edits for the deep dives, but like I want to do theory videos on the side, like. I want to get that stuff out there for you. I had to get a little bit of help. So I'm going to finally be able to put one of my theory videos out there. I feel like I might have been paying a lot for it, but you guys helped me get it. So I was like, you know what? This is what it's for, right? This is so that we can get nice things on this channel. So thank you, Amy. I really, really appreciate you. Anthony, did you check up on the other pregnant lady that was in the show? So I wish I could have last week. Last week was really, really rough for me. I had New York Comic Con, which means I had to go on my birthday, take my niece and nephew, celebrate my birthday, conduct interviews, come home the next day, write my script for the next episode, try to find time to record it, but also take all the content that I captured from New York Comic Con over the weekend and then try to get that published and promoted, because when they give me these press passes to attend these events, I'm supposed to then in turn generate content to help promote the show on following years. So I think I put out the which ones did I put out? I think I put out some blog posts about The Walking Dead. I put out some panels that I attended. There's still one more it's going to come out this week for Secret Level, but I haven't gotten the chance to go back and look for the other pregnant lady.
Oh, Secret Levels this week?
We have Secret Level this week, but Secret Level don't come out until way later.
Is that what we're doing this week?
No, what we're doing this week is we're going to be watching Dune Prophecy.
Yes.
So
sorry, I love Dune. Y'all have no idea.
So look, they don't even know. Like they know I cover From, and every once in a while I'll be like, yeah, I'm a movie critic too. But I try not to overload everyone with my movie critic stuff because they're here for From. But I am going to be going to the Dune red carpet this Wednesday. I'm going to be able to meet the principal cast. The show looks really, really good from the trailer. And I'm going to be able to interview the cast from the red carpet. So I am going to get a haircut. I'm going to make sure I represent properly. But for those of you who rock with me, who want to see some of the other stuff that I do outside of From, look forward to that. I'm going to be covering that series. Not like this. I'm not going to be doing deep dives, but we'll talk about it maybe when the show comes out, and you'll definitely see me on the red carpet taking selfies and interviewing some of the cast. So keep an eye out for that this week. Oh, and follow me on Instagram because I'll probably just randomly go live on Instagram Wednesday night. Dune. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my New York. That's my New York.
The same thing happens to me all the time. People are like, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I still say garbage. I still say,
The other day I was reprimanding the children, and my husband was like, I could tell you're from New York. That accent was thick. And I was like, dang.
Yeah. It comes out. I'm sorry, yeah, but I'll do my best with my enunciation. Dune.
Forget about it.
Yeah. I love your costume for New York Comic. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do better with the fro next time. I was scared to really mess up the fro because I only had one, and I couldn't find a teeny tiny fro for men. Like, so I did my best. That's the one thing I'm like insecure about that fro. Let's see. I think Randall, Julie, Mario are gonna have a particularly horrible future based on whatever they saw. It doesn't look good. Let's see. What else happened this episode? I didn't like how Kenny was just wandering around aimlessly. That kind of felt sad. Like Kenny came to his house. He's like, "Where's the screwdriver?" He finds people smoking weed outside, and he's like, "This is not a home no more." I felt bad for Kenny. Kenny is like one of my favorite characters, and I feel like that they're making sure that we're aware that he's still around. He's not like somebody that they let go off camera and we could potentially forget about, like Sarah. Amy. Yes. That look. We gonna chat. I need help with my wig. Tabitha doesn't draw stuff, not that I know of. But I'm tired of I'm hurt for my man Kenny wandering around, going through some stuff, and then he has to ultimately, go to Donna and be like, "Yo, can I move in the colony house?" And she says he can, but it's a big shift. Like, he's not even following around Boyd. I don't even know if he got that thing on him. He usually walk around with that strap like Victor. Like, he always stay packing that heat. But yeah, wait a minute. Who said what sex parties was Kenny talking about at Colony House? Samuel Wright. Samuel Wright. I said Samuel. Oh my goodness. This reminds me of that beer. Samuel Jackson. Samuel Wright. How do you not remember the sex parties back in season 1?
I was traumatized, so I definitely remember, and I would like to not remember. So if this conversation could be cut short, that'd be great, because
it was clearly a memorable scene. It's back in season 1. I'm gonna point you in the right direction. Right when we see Colony House for the first time. Could Tabitha's nightmare have been the same as Ethan's one about the spider coming down and someone screaming? Tabitha's nightmare was something descending from the sky like a spider from a tree. Maybe, because we know a couple things. We know that in the settlement, they keep hearing stuff. Every time they go out there. The talismans is, I guess, keeping them safe. And it reminds me of when Boyd was dragged in the tent with Sarah. And then when he came out of the tent, where was he? In the midst of a giant spider web. So what would do that? A mama spider bringing back food to her young. So it made me feel like, yeah, this is a giant spider that's trying to feed the baby spiders out here. And yeah, I think that, ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry. This is the seltzer, y'all. I'm not sick. This is the seltzer. I do think that this could be the giant spider as well. Kenny gonna hook up with Claire. You mean Acosta? Or Claire? Clara? I don't think Clara get down like that. Actually, maybe. She did choose Colony House, right? Everybody had a choice. Maybe. Kenny's catchphrase. What are you doing? The missing screwdriver. If Sarah has that screwdriver, I'm gonna be nervous because she studies taking people's sharp objects and causing problems. I just hope Kenny doesn't start seeing his mom or Donna start seeing Dale. Actually, Lamar, I do hope people start seeing Dale. I need Dale to come back as a ghost and haunt them. I think that would be hilarious. I would be rolling on the floor if Dale came back and started haunting people. Kenny needs to attend a colony freak off. Bad. No, he don't. No, nobody needs to attend any freak offs around here. Yo,
Please no.
I think somebody saw my other Halloween costume and took the idea the wrong way. Debbie, Abby, Bo, Bebby. What do you say? Kenny gonna die? I hope not. I feel like we do have one too many cops in town. Like we only need one doctor or two, or a doctor and an assistant, a sheriff and a deputy. We got too many cops. No, hope not. He need to hook up with Acosta, not Clara. Acosta's got that Disney princess vibe to me. She's got that full-on Disney princess, like she's wide-eyed. I'm going to solve the problem. Like she to me is like Squirrel Girl. She's just like I don't know what's gonna happen with her, but I do like that she had that interaction with Kenny in this episode. What else is going on? I feel like Boyd is breaking. I think he feels guilty when he checks up on Randall. I'm gonna start throwing some random stuff out there because we're closing on 2 hours and I haven't gotten far enough in this show. All right, we could stop talking about the Colony House freak offs, y'all.
Please, I beg.
Who else? I love Donna. Skylar. Oh, thank you for coming through, Skylar. I thank you. I didn't see you was in here. Appreciate you. I love Donna. I really hope she makes it. I'm gonna really lose my mind if something happens to Boyd. Donna and Boyd are right now, I think, the pillars of this community. Now that Father Khatri is gone, it's just them that are holding people together from descending into complete chaos. I'm nervous for Donna, to be honest with everyone. I'm really nervous for Donna because
Same.
Boyd is leaning on her. Yeah, that's nerve-wracking right there. What else is happening? Oh, did we talk about Fatima enough?
No.
All right, we got to talk a little bit about Fatima. So, first off, this made me so mad when this boy took this photo of Fatima, and man,
hey, Spa.
What?
This right here made me so mad.
Didn't even give her a chance to react.
Didn't even ask her. First
Nope.
off, listen, I don't know what it's like in every city, but I know in New York City, if you take a person's picture without their permission, you've just given them permission to mess you up, right? You don't just sit there and take my photo.
It's like the characters on Times Square. They'll hit you up with here's my Cash App.
Yeah. You can't even take a picture of them without you in it unless you pay them. So this bothered me that he took the photo, but then it also bothered me when, hold on, let me make sure this happened this episode. Let me not mess up. Yeah, okay. Whew. When we see what's in the photo, this made me mad. This made me mad because people are looking at this and they're coming up with theories that Fatima is the kimono woman again. So they're two different people. I'm gonna just say that. I think that they're two different people. I don't see anything in the show to give the support that they're the same exact person. But I will give a little bit of wiggle room for the idea that this is like she's like the next generation or the reincarnation or the next inhabitant of the avatar spirit, whatever the case may be, of that person in that role. I will leave that open because I can't disprove it. I just can't. I ain't got nothing to say against it. So I will leave it open for the possibility that Fatima is playing the next generational role of whatever this kimono woman played. Happy Monday, Scary AF. Appreciate you coming through. Where are you checking in from, Scary AF? Are you in Camden, Maine? Like some of these Maine people in here? Nah, I love my people from Maine. Yeah, I'm just making fun. But I will say this. This strongly implies that there is a connection between Fatima and this woman. However, the bigger thing is that there's a connection between Elgin and this woman, right? The kimono woman is definitely rocking with Elgin 100%. One of the main things that we saw Elgin do the moment he arrived in From Town was talk to Fatima and say, hey, is there a body of water around here? This woman is dripping wet all the time. She's got like water coming from her. We keep seeing her related to water. She almost drowned Elgin. Well, I think she saved Elgin, but he almost was in trouble when he was dreaming and the music box creature almost got him in his sleep. So she is intrinsically tied to water, in my opinion. Kelly Jean says she's in the Brundles. Maybe, but I think that there's a connection between her, Elgin, something with water. She's sitting here talking about help me and I can help everyone. So something I thought was interesting is someone in the comments said, oh man, I'm going to say this term wrong. I forget what it's called. It's like I forget. It's like when a Japanese woman is scorned and she makes a deal with a demon and she haunts the person who scorned her. I forget what they're called, like orenchis or something like that. It's like I know somebody in the comments is going to correct me. It's like they accuse Blue Eye Samurai of being one. She's like a I think she's like a spirit. Orochi. All right. Thank you. Orochi. So I think that she's like an Orochi where she was a woman who was either betrayed or I like this theory a lot. Like maybe she's the spirit of a Japanese woman who lived here, was maybe sacrificed. Onryo. Yes, Onryo. I'm saying Orochi. Thank you, Onryo. That is it. Heather. Everybody, just in case you need to be reminded, Heather is in the New Jersey area and she is looking for someone to cuddle up with her every Sunday night.
She said that she wants snacks and from marathons with y'all. She said that y'all can cuddle. You know, my girl Heather, I'm just saying, just shoot your shot, y'all. Shoot your shot.
So I think this might be an Onryo. And yes, Frankie, I am on my Blue Eye Samurai. I don't think y'all understand. If I have something like this on deck by my desk, I am a Blue Eye Samurai fan.
I don't have anything on deck on my desk.
Well, listen, you can enter the contest too. Nolly,
I have Frosty from India.
I'm going to be giving away this wonderful Blue Eye Samurai fan that came to me from Netflix. I'm going to be giving out this Blue Eye Samurai chopsticks as part of the contest. Mac Amazing keeps saying catfish alert. I don't know. I'm just repeating what people are telling me. But yes, I am going to be giving away some Blue Eye Samurai gear to all 3 winners. I have one for each of you. You're going to get something. It came directly from Netflix. I went to an event they had for I think it was Emmy Award consideration for Blue Eyed Samurai. Look, Netflix is a wonderful company. I love Netflix, and I hope to continue to work with them for a very long time. But yeah, I'm going to be giving that out. Scary AF says she got them canned peaches. Listen, wait, y'all saying, wait, she got canned peaches and she got snacks and she just want to watch From? Yo. Oh, bring snacks. I'm sorry. Bring snacks. Heather WP's got canned peaches, y'all. But I don't know. We also got some catfish alerts up in here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I do think that there is a connection between this woman and potential. Maybe she's an Ondrio. She's giving me Ondrio vibes. She seems like she could fit that narrative. Unfortunately, we haven't seen enough to fully support it. Right. But I like that she seems like she's related to the Brundles, with Elgin going there looking for bodies of water. She looked like she could be an angry person who was betrayed. And we got to see what happens. Jeremy Isofy was giving away 3D printed talismans, and they were pretty damn cool. So am I. So am I. So the 3D printed talismans, if you're getting them, they probably came from plans that myself and my coworker uploaded to the internet after creating them. So if you guys are creating 3D printed talismans, you're welcome. You don't even know about, y'all don't even know. I'm doing stuff in the background and y'all don't even know. Sign me up. I need one. So Kelly, to enter, it's on the community page on the movie blog. I put a link up that you can follow to enter. It's on King Sumo. Let me see how many people are entered right now. Not enough, right? I use this all the time to facilitate my contest. I'm going to pick 3 winners. We have 90 contestants right now. Okay, so 90 is not bad. That's still better than lottery. So 90 contestants, 3 people's going to win. I don't think those are bad odds. If you enter right now, go over to the community page. You really do have a good shot. And I'm going to be mailing it anywhere in the United States. I'll even include Canada. It's going to ship ground. So just understand it. I'll give you tracking information, though. The community page is when you go to the movie blog on YouTube. Look, here I am showing you guys how to enter. You go to the channel. It's right here. You click community and you'll see posts that are published, and this is it. I put this up 2 days ago. I didn't put this up anywhere else. I usually put this up on the movieblog.com. I have a lot of people who usually enter if I publish it on my website. But I'm only publishing it to you who are watching on the live streams. This is just for y'all. This is just for y'all. This is exclusive to y'all for rocking with us. You can enter, and you can also do a few things to increase your entries and chances to win. If you follow me if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, that's a big help, right? That's going to help you a lot. If you subscribe to or follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you get more entries. So go ahead, click that link, enter. Make sure you hit read more, because that's where the link is, and that's where you'll go and enter there. Debbie, I saw you. I got the notifications, and I was like, yo. So thank you so much. Go ahead. I want to just return the favor and give you guys some of the cool stuff that you just for supporting me, right? Just enter. I'm gonna pay for all the shipping, whatever. I'm going to use the funds that you guys are giving me and I'm going to invest it right back in y'all. Thank you all. What else happened? Has Kimono Lady appeared in any of Victor's or Miranda's drawings? Not that I remember. Not that I remember. I don't remember the Kimono Lady appearing in any of the drawings in Miranda's basement. I think everybody's obsessed over the man in yellow more so than anything. But I don't think we've seen the Kimono Lady anywhere else. What else is going on in this one? We talked about. Did I skip over Fatima again?
Yes.
You know what it is? Because she's.
Looking for
Here's my problem with Fatima. Is it not only is she creepy, but she's hiding things. So like, you know, she sat here and she told Ellis, you know, hey, been eating garbage. Like, oh, and he's dealing with that, right? He's like, this is not good, right? She ain't say nothing about eating, about sticking her finger and eating blood. She kept that one to herself.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, Kelly, she's tasting people. 2 fingers. Yeah, she started looking at her fingers too, like, you know, like when you like when you was a little kid and you was helping your mom make a cake and she let you stick your finger up in there.
It's not the same.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get.
Not the
I'm
same.
sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, the Nikki buffet. Yes, the Nikki buffet. It was like all you can eat. It felt like those weird Japanese people who like have those parties where they eat food off of a person's body, but then they eat the body. It's like I think you misunderstood what kind of party this is, bro.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. The zombie lady appeared. We talking about Fatima. Like, Fatima is a problem because she's hiding things. I was a little annoyed that she kept getting scared, but I also noticed a pattern with Fatima, which is these bursts of anger. It was just like,
hormones.
Sure.
Because to be fair, we don't have an ultrasound machine, so we don't know if it's a baby, it's a monster. We don't know. So,
I mean,
no matter what, it could still affect the hormones.
They have one. It was right here.
Oh, there. Oh, right. That's right.
And they looked at it and they were like, look.
So right here.
Do you think maybe Fromville was messing with her and making it look normal?
That's the problem. She said it didn't look normal. Christy was like, so I was annoyed all weekend because MGM posted this on social media. And I know that there's some people who are like nurses or doctors who are going to look at this and they're going to figure it out immediately. They're going to be like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Ain't nothing in there.
She's transforming into something.
Ain't nothing there. There's nothing on the photo. Fatima the fraud. Oh, she's transforming into something like.
She's not a fraud on purpose.
I think she is. I think she still is pregnant.
Oh, C Thought's got a point there. That all of this stuff happened to Fatima after she showed the monsters that she was. It's like when Boyd said that this place is not going to break me, and then look what happened.
Yeah. So I think I agree that Fatima is getting attacked. I don't think she's getting targeted as a reaction. I think everybody's getting mentally attacked, but everybody's getting mentally attacked in a different way. Tabitha sees the Nkui kids. Jade sees a whole bunch of stuff. Elgin's being haunted. Abby had mental problems. Ellis is falling off of buildings. I think everybody is getting attacked in a different way. Donna's breaking. Like, I think everybody's going through it. Jade, if some people were saying Jade doesn't have an alcohol problem, my man threw a chair through a window. That's an alcohol problem. He's
got a problem. Every time we see him, there's a bottle nearby, or he just finished drinking. That's the problem.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that she's being attacked, but I don't think she's being singled out. I think everybody is being attacked. Could somebody
need them not to touch Donna, please?
I
beg.
I don't know.
I beg.
Billy. Thank you so much, Billy. I appreciate you for sending me the $10 Cash App. Thank you. Look, you said go and get me a sandwich. Look, that's what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not even gonna argue with you. I'm gonna go get me a sandwich.
You know what sandwich I miss? Blimpies.
I'm sorry. Sal 3P. Blimpies. So I can't remember the last time I seen a Blimpies.
It's been a very long time. They all closed down. We used to go after school every Wednesday to Blimpies. I take my friends, and my dad would treat all of us.
I used to enter the daily news contest as a kid, and they would give you, like, you buy the Sunday paper, you get a punch out card.
Yep.
And you would have to collect something every day from the newspaper for like a week, and then you could bring it to Blimpie, and you get like a sandwich for free a day or once a week for like 6 weeks. And I used to do that every summer. That was my way of getting my Blimpies as a kid. I was like, these newspapers is cheaper than one Blimpie sandwich. Why wouldn't I do this?
Easy stuff.
What did you say? Amy said the weird as above, so below logos all over the machine has me going crazy. Cute. Oh, there goes the numbers 4 and 7, y'all. Y'all see it? There it is. I know somebody was looking for it. 4 and 7. There it is. Q74RK. Yeah, they did say she was pregnant. She did get a pregnancy test. Man, let me make sure I respond to Billy. Billy, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Man. Oh, God is good. Amen. I need to see that tarot reading. Yes, we all need to see that tarot reading, but we know what it means when somebody gets interrupted on this show. Man, I hate falling behind in comments. I love that there's so many people commenting. I really get disappointed when I can't keep up with them. Oh, we talking about The Walking Dead. Listen, if we lose Kenny, we riot. I know we talking about Don, but if we lose Kenny, I'm flipping tables. 100.
Absolutely. I'm gonna show up to MGM Studios and be like, "Come outside, we're not gonna jump you."
Oh man. Let me see. What do you think about Jade's visions? What do you think is going on with Jade? Because he keeps seeing Tom.
That's the only thing that I don't have any like actual theories on, because I don't want to say confused, but like I don't know what his role is. Like I can't pinpoint his role, and I need them to give us more. Like this episode where he was like working with Tabitha a little bit, I was like, okay, maybe I could see something, but like what is his role? Like, are we coming towards the end of the cycle and he's gonna break the cycle and then Farmville just recycles and starts over again? Like what's T?
I'm worried for Jade with his visions.
Same.
And it's hard for me to really discern, because like I put it out there before, I don't think any of these hallucinations are hallucinations. I feel like when Boyd sees Father Khatri, that's one of the spirits in this show. When Jade sees Tom, I think that's one of the spirits in this show inhabiting him as well. But I can't really discern whether they're being helpful or not. Like Father Khatri, to me, he tries to come off like he's helping, but I feel like he's low-key working against Boyd, because it feels like everything he says to Boyd is to get him to stop doing certain things a certain way. He's like, look, I want to catch one of the monsters. And then Father Khatri is like, and then what? Get yourself killed as you go from door to door to try to find it in a house that you trapped it in. And I'm like, yes, you are poking holes in his idea, but this feels like you're trying to stop him from doing something that might progress the story.
Right.
I wonder what Tom is doing or what his motives are when he says to Jade to stop drinking. So some people theorize Marielle could still be using drugs because she's got access to the medicine cabinet, right? And she is not at all acting like Randall. Randall is going through it. And we already know that Julie has said whenever she smokes weed, it quiets the voices that she hears, the screaming. So I'm like, all right, what if drugs and alcohol are the things that are it's preventing these things from really sinking their claws in you all the way. Name is Debbie. Frostradamus, I'm all over with you with your theories. We're going to follow up in the comments. I'm following that thread. We're going to follow up in those comments. But I think I'm concerned as to whether or not these apparitions, these ghosts, whatever these things are that are appearing, as to whether or not they're really trying to help our characters or not. Tom told him to stop drinking and to get in touch with give that man a call who set up a multi-million-dollar company. And I'm like, I'm only giving pause because Julie was smoking weed to quiet the voices. And I'm worried that if Jade gets a clear head again, what might happen. He hasn't seen any of those horrible visions in a while. No Civil War soldiers, no, guys under boulders, no bleeding symbols. All that stuff stopped since he started drinking. So I'm a little worried. Let's see. What else do I have? Man, I'm almost done with my notes. I'm almost done. Thank goodness, because it is really, really hard not to spoil stuff. Oh my God. I love that Ethan is being included. I talked about that. Tabitha's ushering him into the conversation with Jade to figure out what's going on. Yes, don't mention that. I love that Tabitha is the one that's ushering Ethan into the conversation, because before they just ignore him, and now they're giving him some validity because Tabitha says that he needs to be included. We talked about the Nkui kids. I think that was the first time we even saw them this season. Marielle and Randall have a weird relationship, and she actually invited him to move in. I was like, yo, I'll talk to Christy, which I thought was a little forward of her, but whatever. And I guess the big thing to talk about in this episode is that Tabitha remembers that she dreamed of this place as a child. I had to be careful. I don't want to get no copy.
You see 3 red stones, big ones.
So she talks about the 3 red stones. She talks about how she's been here as a child. And then we see our first shot of a young Tabitha.
How did you?
I'm not going to go back to it. We already talked about how I'm gonna address your question right there, Michael. How I don't think that these are the same actresses. These are two different little girls playing Tabitha, young Tabitha and young Eloise. What was my first reaction when I saw this scene? You wanted my honest reaction? It was a little, to me, it was a little anticlimactic because I didn't think this episode did enough to really give this moment the impact that I think it should have had. I don't know what I would have wanted, right? But I do know that this felt a little anticlimactic for me, especially because it also happened in like the last 60 seconds of the episode. I prefer when they do moments like this in the middle of the episode. Like when we saw Henry and Victor reunite, I was like, I'm so glad they didn't wait till the end of the episode for this. Do this right in the middle and give us some more show. I don't like that they introduced another mystery. That kind of rubs me the wrong way because now, you know, we've got the mystery of a young Tabitha being in town, and it does give us something to connect to. I know that a few people have pointed out how Tabby wasn't the only person who dreamed of this place as a child. We know that Miranda saw this place in visions after taking acid. But Abby, Boyd's wife, she mentioned that she saw this place or she dreamed of this place as a child. Which brings me to one of my other theories. And I might have put this one out there already. Everyone keeps asking, and even Henry took my question and asked, why is there a motel sign, a pool, but no motel? So Elgin dreamed of the town too. You're right, Bree. Bacta's grandma, did she dream about it? I don't know. I don't know, Debbie. I don't remember if she said she dreamed about it, but she had vibes about it for sure. But there definitely is a theory out there that I kind of like, that this place is made up of different people's dreams. And I like that. One of my theories was that this was because I've just put the I just sometimes relate things back to Marvel. And in the Secret Wars comics, Dr. Doom took a piece of every different reality on Earth and made a whole of the multiverse and made a new planet. So like kind of like in Doctor Strange, we saw all these different multiversal Earths. It's like he took a piece of Manhattan here and Hell's Kitchen from here and you know Times Square from there, and it was a whole bunch of different aspects of the same of the same city, but from different universes, and made one planet out of them, like just shoving them all together. And I thought From could be a place that was made up of different small pieces of different places. Yeah, it looks like an incursion. Yes. Timelines colliding with each other. So we see like there's an old stone church. We see there's a 50s diner. We see Colony House, which just looks like something off a plantation. We see all these different places that look like they're made up from different parts that don't really go together. And I'm like, all right, if this is like some sort of pocket dimension, right? I don't even know. Let's just say it's an island. Let's just imagine it's an island. I'm making an island. I'm going to put humans in it like gerbils so I can torment them and eat them and whatever the case may be. I'm going to take a piece of Japan. I'm going to take a piece of New York. I'm going to take a piece of Florida. I'm going to take a piece of Ohio. And I'm going to make one place that's a makeup of all these different places and shove them together. And this is From Town. That's what I think it is, or I thought it was. The dream one fits as well.
I think that works. I feel like that works out.
it works. I just need something to support it. That's the only thing that really messes with me. Yeah, yes. Calypsox, yes. From is like a zoo for human beings, right? Different habitats for different people. So yeah, I don't think anyone built the buildings. I think they were literally grabbed.
Because none of them, like, they don't match. Like, the diner is different from Colony House. Like, you wouldn't expect to see those two in the same town. And then, like, the houses are different from Colony House itself. It is like the void from Loki.
Yeah. So I don't have anything to disprove the dream theory. It feels like it's a mishmash of all these different places. I need a little bit more to support it from the show, but that's what I'm hoping it to be. I'll say that. That's what I'm hoping it to be. A quantum entanglement. Come on, man. We ain't going back to them jade theories. Also reminds me of AI art, but I don't think that would have been very prevalent when they were writing the show. That's true. Yeah, these houses are from different eras. There's like 3 houses that are similar. The Matthews house, the Mrs. Lou's house, and Sarah's house. But that's it. The church is from a very different time period. Yeah, they don't make buildings out of stone anymore.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you. Nolly, I appreciate you coming through. New Blurred Order. Every Saturday, we go live on this channel and at New Blurred Order on YouTube, Facebook, what else? Whole bunch of other platforms. Twitch, yes, thank you.
Twitter. I
10
think I'm missing something.
There's like 12 platforms that are going live at the same time. But yeah, look up Google New Blurred Order and it won't be hard to find. Every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern to noon. Thank you so much, Nolly, for coming through and joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love your community. I sit in the comment section sometimes during the week and I'm like, this is a fine group. A fine group. But I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thank you so much, Nolly. I appreciate you for coming through. We're gonna do this again.
Absolutely, because I'm sure we'll have more to talk about when the finale pops off.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we could get everyone together for the finale.
I would love that. If we just come through, do a New Blurred Order live stream and talk about the finale. I'm down.
We should. 100%. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. So real quick, I know we've been going for a while, like 2.5 hours. I don't want to keep everyone for too much longer. Let's see. I did see some comments real quick. I starred, and they don't have Bibles. So I thought about this, and somebody pointed it out because you guys are also very, very, very helpful in the comments when we're focused. When we're focused and aligned for the same goals, you guys are amazing. So one thing that I noticed somebody pointed out was Tilly. I've mentioned this before. I think Tilly inherited the religious mantle that Father Khatri used to have. She's the only character I've seen praying. I think at the end of season 2, we saw her in a prayer circle with the folks in Colony House. But also somebody pointed out in Tien Chen's funeral, she had like a book in her hand, right? She was sitting there and she's got a book in her hand. And if you look at the pages of the book, they're like, they got like that gold lining or that gold rim around the pages. And they're like, yo, I think Tilly's got a Bible. Now, I looked at that scene and I was like, yo, I think Tilly's got a Bible. I don't know what it means, but I do think that she has a Bible. Really? All right. South Florida. I got to see what the churches look like. Amy. All right. You dropping knowledge, Amy. So I'm curious about Tilly. I do think that she's inherited the religious mantle, but I think she might have smuggled in a Bible. Wait, who, me? Jalen, yeah, he's ignoring my questions about to Abbott. Rude, as he went right to the person underneath me. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss, Carly? What did I miss? I'm sorry, these questions are coming in fast. Sometimes I'm like 5 minutes in the past looking at comments, and then when I just scroll down to the bottom, I just grab what catches my eye. Let me see. What did you? I just saw another one of your comments. At VTV, I hope so, but maybe not yet, as it would give too much of the story away. All right, I'm looking for you. Look, ain't nobody trying to ignore nobody. Definitely Silent Hill vibes. Look. Carly, what else you got? Something was coming from high up. Spiders. Something flying, maybe a crow, but I hope we get to see. This is what I was thinking, as it looks like them and Cooley kids had spider bites. All right. See, all you got to do is be like, he's ignoring me, and you get my attention. It's actually look the same clothes as they and Cooley kids. I'm still not following. Just skip my question too. Dang, I skipped you a couple times. Here we go. What do you think the little girl was hiding from, and what the noise was? It sounded like slapping wings or something weird. Let me see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss your comment, Carly. This is not intentional. I want everybody to feel welcome and feel seen in this channel. I am going to admit it is getting a lot more challenging for me to keep up with all the comments, but I'm not ignoring you on purpose. But let's see what happens. Oh, I went too far ahead.
When I was a little girl, I would have the same nightmare over and over again.
Did I hear a flapping sound? I'm trying to remember. I hear you, Ephraim. Now y'all got jokes. I want to hear this flapping sound now. Did I miss it? All right, this is the scene. This is it, Carly. This is it. I can't wait till we get some answers. Stop it. Stop it. We all know there's something really big out there, just not what it is yet. Yeah, the show's been telling us that, and kind of like the cicada creature, it's something that's a threat right underneath me. Stop it. It really isn't on purpose. I have a channel. Only way you can read all of them is if you're hyper focused. So, you know, the one thing that people do, and I'm not, I don't know how I'm going to handle it when I do get monetization back, is that some people think the best thing to do is to when you do a super chat, it automatically stars the comment for me. So this way, there's no way for me to miss it. What that means is, you guys probably can't see it, is in my GUI, I have like a little option to star certain comments so that they stay sticky to the top and I can look at them a little bit later. So I will see what happens when I get back. Oh yeah, Jalen did bomb the chat. I saw that, Jalen. I also saw that Jalen and I is going to be talking about this on Facebook. So Jalen, I'm gonna get to you on Facebook, but spamming is not something that I can really it's hard to keep up with spamming. Yes, that was a fire alarm battery. It's smoke detector battery, people. Smoke detector. I can't wait till you get monetized. November 10th. November 10th. That's my day. That's the day I'm allowed to reapply. Jalen's gonna be, yeah. Yeah, comments, they go super fast, super fast. Can mods start comments? I don't think so. I don't think the mods can start comments, but I think the only thing is going to be really when super chats come back. And if I have, I don't know, I don't even know how that works. I will say this: if I have any control on it, I'm going to keep the threshold really low. Like if I could keep it at like a quarter, that's what I would do. But I'll see what my controls are. But yeah, let's go through this scene real quick. Man, my microphone, I didn't know it was that good. But let's see this scene. Let's hear this flapping sound.
What's wrong?
3 red stones.
I gotta pause every once in a while. I'm sorry. I gotta break it up so that they don't mess with us for copyrights. One man, yes. I am trying. You can't keep up with messages or multitasking. You call yourself ADHD. Pfft. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't even know what I do. Right? Like this is not my job. Like I'm a project manager. Like multitasking is, if I could walk you through a moment of my day, right? I have 6 writers that are submitting articles on the movie blog every day, and I'm the senior editor. So that means I have to edit every article before it goes live and published. I'm also an accredited film critic, which means I have obligations I need to uphold to watch a certain amount of films every month. So that means in between doing my own video editing and doing watching from 3 or 4 times before the episode comes out to come up with some funny, witty jokes and have fun with everyone. I've also got to go out to the movies, write a movie review, sometimes do an out of theater reaction, edit that myself. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to juggle. If you ever see that old meme online, the Superman drinking, that's like me every day. What is Tabby wearing? That's a good question. That is a good question, Bree. K Marie, I got demonetized for resharing my content on other platforms. Don't do that. Problem with ADHD is nothing gets finished. You should see my sketchbook. Bunch of silhouettes. But what is Tabitha wearing in her dream? She does look like she's wearing something out of an M. Night Shyamalan The Village, don't she? She do look like she's wearing something out of I'm out, y'all. Folks getting personal. Just start blocking these ungrateful people. He does these lives and reviews because he actually wants to. It doesn't have to. Thank you. How do you get early episodes? I'm an accredited film critic. I get access to a whole bunch of things ahead of time. I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be watching Dune Prophecy. I probably have the whole season. I have the whole season of The Penguin. I have the whole season. I have a whole season of a lot of shows before they come out. And I get to see a lot of movies before they come out. But I'm also going to be giving away a bunch of movies because I have too many. In case y'all forgot, I got films, like lots and lots of films These are all being given away. All of these wonderful movies. There's a whole bunch of movies, and these are the critics' versions, right? These are the critics' versions. So some of them are some of the big hits from last year. If y'all don't have Netflix or some other platforms, some of them are a lot more recent. One of my favorite things is that you're going to also get your hands on the critics' version, where it comes in these nice cases. You know, it's a critics' version when they say things on the top like, for your consideration. I'm going to be giving away a whole bunch of movies and scripts. This is an older one. I think people might still be interested in this, but this is the Banshees of Inisherin. You're going to actually be able to get to see the actual script that the actors reference when creating their roles. I'm going to be giving away a whole bunch of movies. This is one of my personal favorites, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Bodies. And this is just from like these boxes are going to be heavy. I hope some of y'all still got a PlayStation, something to play DVDs and Blu-rays. Amy's, I see you. This will definitely help with your Blu-ray collection again. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna hook everybody up. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Oh. This is a version of the collection you guys probably won't see in stores. This is the Neon collection, the 7-film collection. I don't know if they put this in stores. They definitely gave it to us critics last year. It comes with Anatomy of a Fall, Old Boy, Origin, Ferrari, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, and it's got these really cool. It looks like a book, but it's actually pages and pages of films from the Criterion, from the Neon film collection. And I don't know how much you guys can see, but I'm going to be hooking up some lucky winners with some really cool stuff. But yeah, let's finish this scene real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go for the night. But listen, this is gonna be. I don't have VHS, Ephraim. Unfortunately, when they ship them to me, with DVDs, but they do give me other stuff to go with it. Like I have sweaters from the film, I have posters, I have scripts, I have a whole bunch of stuff. If I'll pull them up in a few seconds, and we could look at them in a little while. Is Titan in there? I'll double check in a moment. I just we gotta hear these.
What? 3 red stones. Did you see 3 red stones, big ones, in a circle?
How did you?
Do you have a sneak peek picture of the next episode? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We're gonna go into the sneak peek pictures in a while. Hey, Jalen, chill out. All right, look, spamming is not helpful. Chill out. Let's see. Let's get back to.
No.
That was a weird sound. That was a weird sound. When is your ban lifted for revenue? November 10th. November 10th is my day that I can apply again. So hopefully they approve me pretty quickly. Am I going to be covering Silo? I have the whole season of Silo season 2. So I'm going to continue to do live streams. I don't know if I'm going to do the full breakdowns of something like Silo unless it feels like it needs that. But you want to hear it again? You want to hear the sound again? I Meander Titties, I got you. All right, 5324. Let's go back to. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Did you see 3 red stones, big ones, in a circle?
How did you?
Oh, let me move this out the way. Are you going to cover Severance? Everybody's been telling me Severance is amazing. I've never seen it. Should I start watching it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so excited for Silo season 2. I actually got to speak with Common a few weeks back. So I actually picked his brain about Silo season 2 months ago. So if y'all want, do go ahead, check out my interview section on the channel. I got an interview with Common. You might appreciate that. You might like that. But yeah, I'm pausing intentionally just so we don't get any issues with copyrights. But let's go into this.
No. No, no.
That sound like spider teeth, right? Yeah, yes, watch Severance. Severance is really good. Severance is good, but the delay in seasons only cause problems. That might be helpful to me. I'm gonna check after this if they gave it to me already. Sometimes they give it to me really, really early. So I'm gonna see. Like I've had Silo season 2 for a month or two now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Dragnet. Listen, I am part of the Foundation. In fact, I am the current chapter president of the New York Foundation family. I know all about the Foundation. I am all on the Prime Radiant. I am all over Holber Mallow. I am all over. Listen, I'm all over that show. I have deep dives. That is a show I did deep dives on. That I love Foundation. That is, if you guys aren't watching, Apple is low key hitting it out, knocking it out the park with their shows. But yeah, I'm sorry, ADHD. Yes, this sound like spider teeth to me. That's absolutely could be the sound of a spider, or something coming down. So I'm like I know what spider teeth sound like, right? Oh man. No. Foundation season 1 is mid. Foundation season 2, it is season 1. I understand, because a lot of people saw season 1 was like, I'm not gonna even give season 2 a shot. But then there's some of us who was like, season 2. Apple TV thick. Apple TV's low-key got the best sci-fi shows out, like aside from but yeah. How do you become a critic? Come on, bro. Share the knowledge. I have a movie blog. The movie blog is not just my moniker for my channel. TheMovieBlog.com is my website where I share my opinions on film. I've been sharing my opinions on film for many, many years until I finally applied to be accredited in some film critic groups. You might notice this little, is that it? This little box up here, it says AFCA. It stands for the African American Film Critics Association. It was the first film critics groups that I joined that helped me get accredited and start to get access to a lot of things as an African American in the film critic space. But I'm also a member of Critics' Choice. Okay, look, I'm gonna circle back to this. This one, I'm a star. You are starred. No, not this one. I'm sorry. Carly, you are starred. We're gonna get back to Foundation. I gotta show people some pictures from season 2. I'm sorry, the next episode. Oh, Bianca, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. But I gotta show you came through at the end. We've been going live for a few hours. I'm now at that point where I'm about to start showing people at least 2 pictures from the next episode. 2. All right, y'all ready? I don't even think I unzipped them yet. Hold on, let me go unzip them. They still in a folder somewhere zipped. Don't look at this screen, because if you see this screen, there's stuff you ain't supposed to see on it. Episode 7 images. Yeah, they still zipped up. Let me unzip them. The real ones know. The real ones know. Always stick to my videos to the end. Look, Bianca, look. We're almost done with from. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of my non-from conversation because I'm hardcore into anime. Oh man. My non-from conversation, because after from, I'm going to be starting to do live stream. I'm going to continue to do live streams on Mondays at 5, but we're going to talk about some of the other stuff that I work on. Like what did I see? Venom. I saw Venom last week. But I didn't. I'm a critic. I talked about it, but do anime. Anime is one of the things that I'm trying to get back into. Blue Eye Samurai was like what pushed me to dip my toe back into anime. I kind of stayed away from it as I got older. But I'm always there for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Diamond just needs to move faster. But all the real ones know that you got to stick around to the end of these videos, because that's when I start doing things that are really unannounced, right? If you watch my recorded deep dives, you know that's when I have all my cast interviews, right? I don't tell you who I'm going to interview. Some of you are able to guess it. The Patreons usually get it first. I think I owe you guys a couple of interviews. Stick around to the end. Let's see, what image can I show you that's not too crazy. There's some that are crazy, and I just can't show you them. But there are some that aren't too crazy. No, it's not that I can't show you them, but I just don't think I should. So this is a good one because I think it teases without being too bad. Now, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna let y'all vote. Like I always let y'all vote. So we're gonna, because I know some people are gonna head out when I start doing this. On a scale of 1 to 5, how spoilery do we want to go? Do we want to go level 3 or do we want to go level 5? I'm gonna go by votes. I'm gonna turn my head for a second. I'm gonna go through these pictures. I'm gonna start to organize them. Level 3 or level 5? I think 3 is the safe spot. 5 is just out of this world. Like, why are you even showing us this? Man, yeah, came in quick. 5, 5, 5. There's some ones. Okay, so tell you what, I'll do 3. I'm gonna do 1 level 1. Nobody wants a level 3, so I'm gonna do 1 level 1. Oh, Lamar wants a level 3. I see you, Lamar. Gothic Chicks wants a level 3. Nothing too spoilery. All right, nothing too spoilery. Nothing too spoilery. Yeah, it's probably better that way, right? Let's do this. This is a good one though. I think this is like a mid spoilery. Let me stop this screen. Let me present, share screen, window. You ready? Remember, I'm not going to comment on anything. I'm just going to put it up because I'm already having trouble. Like I have to keep notes because I don't want to accidentally spoil it for you. So y'all ready? All right, let's go. Not thickly. Look, I'm curating this for you. What else? Y'all ready for the next one? Y'all ready for the next one, or you want me to keep this one up? All right, next one. All right. Dang, I can't go left or right. All right, I got to reshare. Hold on. What's the next one? Somebody said I should tie my beard up and put beads in it. What's the next one I'm gonna show? So I kind of like this one. This is a 1. I'm gonna give some of y'all 1. I probably should have did this first. I kind of like this one just for myself because it makes me think about Wolverine fan didn't know this was live. I got too quiet. Look, I can't comment on stuff. So here's my problem, right? Here's my problem. I'm like 1 episode ahead, right? I've seen up to episode 7. And for those of you who saw my interview with Jade actor David Alpay, he kind of made me nervous. Forgot to renew your Adobe account. What are you talking about? It kind of made me nervous because he was saying something about how he asked me, how far have I seen? And then he kind of shifted his conversation based off of the fact that I've only seen up to episode 7. So I'm nervous because I'm going to record my video for episode 7. I wrote my script yesterday. I got to do a second draft on it. And then I'm going to record and I'm going to start editing. And I'm going to try to edit, do the Dune red carpet, put out this interview with Abhishek that I did for Z5 Global for that movie Veda. I had a lot of stuff on my plate this week, but I want to start watching episode 8. And I'm worried about how I'm going to be able to do these next few lives because I'm already having trouble with 6 and 7. I'm like, I have to write notes and I have to make sure I only say things. And I think I slipped up a couple times. I don't think anybody caught it this live stream, but I'm pretty sure I slipped up and it just went over your heads. But it's getting harder. And I think it'll be really, really hard when I see episode 8. So I'm really kind of nervous about how I'm going to conduct these live streams after I watch the next episode. Yes, we can get a Zoom. So this is what I wanted to look at in this. So it made me think of a couple things. One, this made me wonder if this was the lady that Elgin is seeing, the Onryo, if this is an Onryo. It made me wonder, like, yo, did Victor draw? Did he draw her? And then the other thing is this picture here where it's like there's 2 houses side by side. This one looks like it's got monsters and blood coming out, and this one's got people or children hiding in the windows watching. This is, we've seen this rope before. He's hung out in Victor's room and played with this rope. So if you guys are wondering, most of you guys are like really deeply aware of From. So a lot of you have already seen like the episode titles. So the episode titles for From episodes, I think 9 and 10 are like Revelation Part 1 and Revelation Part 2. And I'm really nervous because, one, this is the first time that I've seen anyone. I've seen this show do a part 1 and a part 2. I've never seen that before. And Revelation has multiple meanings, right? It's got biblical, it's got, you know, just revealing stuff. I've come to an epiphany, all sorts of stuff. So I'm really nervous about how I'm going to be able to keep myself straight. But as far as the drawing, I don't know. I don't know if this is a person in front of the house. It seems like blood is pouring out the house. Like if I had to guess with his crude art style, it would seem like blood is everywhere in this house, and these are people looking over in horror. But that's my guess. Like there's people getting messed up by the monsters in there, and these are the ones who hit somewhere else. I remember they said back in season 1, Sarah showed Tabitha, like, hey, we used to hide in false walls in houses. I don't think this is Colony House. I think this is I think one of these houses is, it could be the Matthews house and Tian Chen's house. I don't know, but there's no diner in the middle. I don't know. But I like this because of these drawings. I always love when we see Victor's drawings. I don't think this is the final season. I don't think this is the final season. I mean, come on, y'all should be able to trust me. Or I don't want to tell y'all what to do, but give me the benefit of the doubt when I say I have credibility, right? I'm giving you guys, you know, critic screeners. I'm showing you guys that I get the episodes early. You guys are seeing me have every week a cast member from the show come on the show to talk to us. And not that everybody else ain't getting it, but I'm just saying I'm different. I don't think this is the last season. I'm gonna give y'all one more, and this is pretty. I'm gonna give y'all one more that's a little bit higher up on the spoiler level. Y'all ready? This is the last one, and then I'm gonna say a couple things about some non-from stuff, and then I'm gonna cut out. All right, let's do it. This is the last one, y'all. Then I'm gonna go change my smoke detector battery. I see your question, me. Give me 1 second. I don't want nobody thinking I'm ignoring them. Would you consider doing one long from live, like stay on for 4 hours? I've done 3.5 hours, and we're already over 3 hours now. I think I'm gonna collaborate with E-Man from E-Man's Reviews for the season finale. Some other folks have been asking me to collab, and I can do it most times, but I've gotten a lot busier with my personal life. My smoke detector is wired and it has a backup battery. It just needs both. So yeah, there's a lot going on outside of you know, I have a job and I'm in my busy season, so it makes it a lot more challenging for me to schedule when I'm going to get everything done. Yeah, I already know. I'm not going to comment on these pictures, but maybe I'll highlight somebody if they, you know, if your comments seem cool. You know what I mean? Nah, I got spare batteries. I keep a drawer full of batteries, Carly. It's one of those things I learned to just do. I have all sorts of batteries. I even have quadruple A batteries. Like some people don't even. I ain't even never heard of quadruple A batteries until I got here. I was like 4 A's. They're super tiny batteries. Yes, Dickie. Yes, I love this about Jade and Ethan too. So I remember when Jade used to be sitting on the front of Colony House rolling up his joint, and Ethan would try to come and ask him a question. He'd be like, "Scram, kid," and whatever. I don't want to talk to you. And then this time, Tabitha brought Ethan into the bar, and she was like, "Yo, Ethan's gonna help us solve the puzzle." And Jade just was like, "Oh, all right, come on in, little guy. Come on, here's everything. Here's what I'm working on." You know? I love that. I love that. Appreciate you doing these lives on Monday. I watched that episode at least twice on Sunday night. I can't wait for these. Thank you. You know, like it was a tough. You guys picked the time. I put it up to everyone as a poll when we should do it. Should I do it like right after the episode on Sunday? Should I do it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday at 5 p.m. is like, me scrambling to be ready and have my notes ready and be prepared. I don't even put on my movie blog t-shirt. I just come as I am. And I try to do it at a time that works for everyone, especially for the folks that are coming in from Japan, from the UK, from Ireland, from Australia, from Botswana. The fact that the from Brazil, the fact that the Fromly on this channel is worldwide is amazing to me. I love this so much. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. So I just try to make sure I make myself available and give back what you guys give to me. Y'all don't know what this is? Y'all don't know what this is? Sunday night right after. I thought about the Sunday night right after. You know what my thing is that not everyone sees the episode on Sunday. I remember when I used to go to work right after Game of Thrones would air on a Sunday, I'd be ready to talk to my coworkers, be like, "Hey, did you see last night's episode?" And they'd be like, half of them would be like, "No, I'm gonna watch it tonight with my wife." So I decided to go with Mondays just to make sure that there was a good uh, amount of people who've had the opportunities to see it. Are these pictures from the episode 7 trailer? These are high res, homie. I think some people know where they come from, but these are not screen captures. Fuck it. Un más. Un más. Un más. Un más. Snow is thawing. So I don't think the snow thing was originally supposed to be part of the story. I think this is a result of the writer's strike. I spoke with Harold at the beginning of the season, Harold Perrineau, who plays Boyd, and he mentioned about how because of the writer's strike, they had to delay filming into the winter and that they would have erratic weather. And I think that as a result, they kind of just wrote that into the story because it's just, it could be cold, it could be warm, just where they're filming. I'm sorry, I'm from the Bronx, yo. I'm from the Bronx. The Bronx is a very dense, has a very dense population of Latinos. So yo habla español poquito. So I'm not Spanish, but I rock with my Latinos and Latinas hard. All right, that's it. No mas. No more. Not doing no more. No more. That was it. Not doing any more. I gotta finish my episode 7 script. DD, I'm Bronx born, Bronx, Lebanon, and moved to Long Island. Listen, I'm like one step behind you. Long Island is calling my name. Like I'll be there. I'll be there. Bronx born, from Bronxdale to Van Cortlandt. I used to be up in Tracy Towers, up to no good. Hanging out on Gun Hill Road, Jerome Ave, and all those neighborhoods. Then Brooklyn, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy. Can I zoom in on the face, please? Of course I can. Of course I can. Look, if I don't put your comment up, I'm still seeing them. Yeah, some of the comments I did skip over because they was they weren't they were acting weird. You, the Bronx. Listen, man, I live in Brooklyn. I do live in Brooklyn. And you know what? What Brooklyn people will never admit, Brooklyn is dirtier than the Bronx. I said it. I said it. I said it. There's more rats out here. I said it. Brooklyn is dirtier than the Bronx, but the Bronx people is the grimiest, yo. It's like, I remember I made some friends the other day. Well, not the other day. I had made friends and I kept putting my guard up. I was like, they was being too nice to me. It's weird. Like people are too like same thing happens when I go out of town. If I go to like Arizona and people are like holding doors, or like I was coming out of a drive-through and I wanted to make a left turn, and the people, like, you know, when you come out of a drive-through, you drive, you have oncoming traffic in the lane right in front of you. You got to cross over to hit that left. They stopped for me to go because they saw me waiting to exit the drive-through. I'm not used to people being nice. Like that, it weirds me out. Like I'm almost offended. That's what the Bronx has done to me. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Lanice. Let me just start over from the beginning. It's only been 3 hours. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. 5 p.m. Eastern is usually when we start these lives. I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk about a couple things before I go, and then I'm gonna head out. For those who may not want to hang out, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, I'm gonna stop talking about I'm gonna talk about a couple other things that are film and TV related, and just personal related, like my life, my kids, my what I have going on as a film critic. So for those of you who are like just here for I understand. I respect you. I love you. We'll see you again next week. For those of you who want to hear some more cool stuff that I got going on, hang around. Flowers on the totem. I think that's moss. I think that's moss growing on the totem. I'm in Cali. I thought I was on time. Oh, snap. I'm so sorry. It's 5 p.m. Eastern. But tell you what, you came in. You can absolutely ask me any questions about the show that you want. I can't show no more pictures because I think we done went through the gamut of pictures that are like not too spoilery. Yeah, because one of these pictures they OD'd. Like, and I get annoyed by this because like they're all over the forums and the groups. This is probably why that Facebook group got shut down. Right? People don't understand how to like be decent. Like, don't ruin it for everyone. But real quick, let's see. Oh yes, your questions. Here we go. About the other shows. I got you. I got you. Ooh, okay. How much time you got? How much time you got? Foundation. What is Foundation about? I'm not gonna look at comments for a second because I'm gonna try to get this out in one monologue and then I'm gonna circle back to the comments. So Foundation is a sci-fi show on Apple TV based off of the writings of author Isaac Asimov, a brilliant writer who used to write these futuristic sci-fi stories about people in space. So essentially there's this person, Harry Selvin, I think his name is Harry. Shoot, it's been a little while, but he essentially has come up with a mathematical equation that he can use to help predict large mass events that'll happen in the future, right? So it's not like he's going to be able to predict, you know, what you had for what you're going to eat for lunch tomorrow, but based off of the mass events like the extinction of a civilization, the destruction of an empire, things like that, he's been able to create a super duper complex mathematical formula that can analyze all of the history of the universe to predict this empire is going to fall in this year. These people are going to go to this planet or something like that. And he's able to predict mass population events with uncanny accuracy. Now, so we know that's one aspect of the story. This dude who's able to create or predict all of these things. I'm trying to see if I could pull up the Apple TV press site for you guys real quick. I don't want to. See if they'll give me any more information. Now, the issue with him being able to predict the future is he lives in a world where everything is futuristic. Think like Star Trek-ish, Star Wars-ish. People haven't inhabited other planets. There's interstellar, intergalactic travel. Things like that are already happening. And the universe is ruled by this guy called Brother Day. Now, Brother Day is he's a ruler. Like sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not so good. He's somewhere. He's a dictator. And the interesting thing about him, his real name is Cleon. We call him Brother Day. The interesting thing about him is that he rules alongside two other people, Brother Dusk and Brother Dawn. Brother Dusk is an older gentleman, white hair. Brother Dawn is like a young kid that's usually being groomed to be the next in line. What we've learned is that these three men are actually clones of a King Cleon that existed like hundreds of years ago. He was a king who never sired children, didn't have any heir apparents, and rather than allow his kingdom to fall into someone else's hands, he decided to clone himself. And he created this triarchy that controlled the universe of clones of himself. And as they would grow older, the next one would inherit. So Brother Dawn is going to eventually become into the next Brother Day. And Brother Day is eventually going to turn into the next Brother Dusk as they get older. And they're always creating clones in succession for somebody to assume the mantle after they're gone. This has been going on for hundreds of years. They've been running this dynasty, the Cleonic dynasty, hundreds of years. It's been going pretty well. It's been going pretty well. The issue is that this dude, Harry, is predicting the end of the Cleonic Empire. He's like, look, yo, this empire is going to end. All these people are going to get taken out. Everything's going to be destroyed. But we have a chance if we start to take these people and put them in like a life raft and move them to somewhere else. But essentially, you're going to have to dissolve this kingdom. And Brother Day doesn't like any of this. He's like, dissolve my kingdom? What? Heretic, right? And then, but the issue with Harry is that he's popular, he's famous, he's well known. So when he put out the concept that he's aware of what's going to happen, it became public information. So then Brother Day was apprehensive to do anything to him because they was afraid that he was going to turn him into a martyr. And I just realized I probably shouldn't show you guys the Apple Press site. That might not go good. So I'm going to instead kind of like point you in the direction of where the trailer. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to skim through it. I'm going to show you how beautiful this show is, because you're going to see some people in the comments be like, this is one of the most beautiful shows on television. And I concur. This show does not skimp on the special effects. This is like what we want Star Wars and Star Trek to be like when it comes to special effects. Like, they are doing it. They are doing it. And Apple, I'm going to admit, like, the first season, some people are like, yo, Foundation is mid. This first season could be a little tough, right? I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, you know, you've got some of the right pieces, but it's not doing enough for me. But then season 2 dropped, and that joint hit. It hit so hard. It went so hard. It was like, you know how Game of Thrones was, season 1 was good, but Game of Thrones season 2 was great. This is them. This is them. Season 2 was just outstanding. And you can see, like, again, the lighting, the camera angles, the effects, everything about this was just, they were levels above the competition with Foundation when it came to just how beautiful and how gorgeous this show is. Some of you guys probably don't know, I covered Foundation. I did weekly deep dives in it like I do with From. I know sometimes I don't come up on your homepage when it's not about From. I was covering it to the point where the series creator contacted me and he was like, yo, I want to do an interview with you. And I'm like, you want to interview me? He was like, no, I want you to interview me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I got to talk with the series creator, David Goyer, who also wrote The Dark Knight and The Batman Begins and a whole bunch of other stuff. I got to talk to him for like 30 minutes straight. And it was great. It was great because I was just geeking out talking to this man about this show. I couldn't even talk to him about Batman. I was just like, yo, the show is gorgeous. Everything about this. There's Brother Day, Brother Dusk, and Brother Dawn, and the whole triarchy. It's just so well thought out, so mesmerizing. And I haven't even talked to you about the robots. Robots are a thing. I haven't even talked to you about the robots, but there's so it's so full and so rich and so dense with different lores that are overlapping. Like the whole fact that this dude has a mathematical formula to see the future has nothing to do with the fact that this dude is cloning himself in perpetuity, but they overlap. They have issue. They have conflict. So it gets really, really cool when you start seeing someone who's written such a rich world, almost like Game of Thrones, right? The White Walkers, the people in the North, the people in King's Landing, they just overlap with their own lore. It's that good. I call this Apple's crown jewel. This is their Game of Thrones in my mind. I get excited for it. I think some of you would like it if you're really into sci-fi outside of horror. It is a show that I'm so anxious. I'm as excited to cover Foundation as I am From. That, let me tell you that. Obviously I'm kind of geeky. I got comic books on my wall. But yeah, I'm into this. I'm way into this. I'm excited to hopefully speak with the cast for season 3. And we'll see what opportunities we get. I thought it was really cool that the series creator reached out to me, because that almost never happens. A few people reach out to me, like Angela Moore reached out to me and spoke with me From Bacta. But that one was a really, really cool one. All right, let me see. I missed like 50 comments when I was doing my little monologue. Foundation is Schadenfreude on steroids. Oh man. It's one show I want the ending of before I die. Foundation or From? Gotta go catch up on SVU now, but thanks, Mr. Anthony and fellow from. Thank you, Amy. I really appreciate you when you come through every week. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for donating on the Cash App. I really, really appreciate your support, your love, everything. And we're going to get you somebody to cozy up with you. Foundation, yeah, again, season 1, I want to preface this. Season 1 can be challenging. It could be challenging, but season 2 is where it cooks. Season 2 is when it cooks. Right now, the movie blog's giving away a lot of spoilers. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, if you've never seen the show, none of this stuff is going to click with you anyway. And the real big things are going to be when you watch season 2, right? I didn't talk about anything about what happened with season 2. I'm not a fan of unnecessary sexual scenes or frame, and you won't see that in Foundation. You ain't gonna be nothing about this. People tripping. Season 1 was fire. It could be tough for people though because it's slow paced. It's a slow paced season 1. I think season 2 has a lot more excitement in it, but if for everyone all around, I think general fans will like season 2 more than season 1, but huge sci-fi fans will like season 1. Are there black characters in it? Yes. Yes. The main character is black. How about that? It's a black woman too. How about that? We see her in the trailer here. Oh, wait, that's not her. Here. This is our main character. She plays Gail Dornick. She is Harry Seldon's. So now I'm getting accused of spoiling. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try to be light. Harry is being confronted by Brother Day about his mathematical formula, and he wants them to announce publicly that it's not true. He was wrong. Last thing he wants to do is he wants to make a martyr. And in order to help validate Harry's formula, he tries to search the universe for someone who's smart enough to understand Harry's formula. Like, he's given it to all his professors, all the smartest people in his kingdom. None of them can figure out Harry's formula. He finds one person in the universe who actually understands Harry's formula, and it's Gail. And she ends up being the main character of the show. We follow her character around, but it's also an ensemble show, kind of like we watch From, and it's like, well, who's the main character? Like, Gail, yes, unequivocally is the main character of this show, but you follow so many other storylines at the same time. Reminds me a bit of Silo. I mean, they're both on Apple. I watched both Silo and Foundation. Season 1 of Foundation has the same pacing as season 1 of Silo, but season 2 of Foundation has the pacing of season 1 or season 3 of From. Foundation is getting a season 3 that's been confirmed. I'm not into sci-fi, but not gonna lie, that looks good. Like, if you want to see Black Girl Magic, this is a really cool show for that. They got that Apple money. The 100. I like the 100. I used to watch like the first 3 seasons of it, but I didn't really like all of the storylines once everyone got to Earth, and it felt a little CW. Well, it was CW, but it started to get really teenage dramatic, and I started to lose interest, so I didn't finish the series. Asimov is the father of sci-fi. Yes, regardless of Rotten, everybody bases their stuff off of Asimov. I think Dune is based off of Asimov or something. It's like Star Trek, Star Wars. And when you watch the show, you'll see what Star Trek and Star Wars borrowed, because like Asimov did it first. Like, you'll see the things and you're like, yo, this kind of reminds me of Star Wars. And I'll be like, that's where Lucas took it from. Was doing research on the talisman, resembles Vegasar, aka Viking compass, believed to provide guidance for a person who might lost his way, drawn on ships to ensure they come back home. Let me see what that looks like. A Vegvisser. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, it kind of does look like that. Let me see. It kind of does look like that. Oh man, it really looks like this one, right? This fits into my theory. Let's see. So that's what Foundation is about. The first season bored the hell out of me. Yes, it can be. But like I said, the first season is more like you have to set the table because there's a lot of things that need to come together in the show, and then season 2 really brings it all together. Because before you're like, oh, Gail Dornick, she's on some weird planet of water, nobody likes to be smart, whatever. Oh, Harry Seldon, he's got, smart people, he wants to create a foundation, whatever. It's like you're following all these things and you're not really understanding how it's going to come together. But then season 2 is just like, all right, we're done setting the table, let's go, let's cook, we in the kitchen. It's like season 1 was just me getting my ingredients. I'm just going shopping. Like, I've got a Gail Dornick, I've got a Harry Seldon, I've got a Brother Day, I've got a Brother Dusk. But now we cook it. Sorry. All right. So that's Foundation. And there was one other thing I wanted to get to, and then should I start Foundation or Silo? I think either one of them is good to start. Silo, like I said, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the Alex Cross show with Aldous Hodge. I'm just trying to bring them into the Monday Night Lives after From is over and go about it that way. I don't know if I'm gonna do deep dives into Silo because the good thing with From is that they didn't give me the whole season at once. They staggered the releases. They gave me like the first 3 episodes, then they gave me like another 3 episodes, and I got to space them out. But Silo, they were like, here's the whole season, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna watch 1 episode and do all that, and then go to. I'm gonna binge it probably. So I'll probably do weekly deep dives. Yeah, this is like Dune. You would enjoy it. Dune borrows heavily from Foundation. Heavily. So yeah, I really like this show. Season 1 is cool. I'm not going to play the season 2 trailer because it's very spoilerish, but it's a very diverse cast. It's not they were written that way to my knowledge, and even if they weren't, you probably wouldn't notice. All of these characters being aliens to me makes sense if they look different than if everyone looks different. But yeah, I think that is everything. I talked about Dune. I talked about Silo. I talked about everything with From. I showed you guys the next few episode pictures. I think we covered everything, right? I think we covered everything. So I am going to thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for joining this live. And thank you for rocking with me for 3.5 hours. And we're going to do this again next week, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do this at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry. 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do this again, 2 p.m., I guess, in California. And that's all I got for this one. I hope you all enter the contest. I got plenty of great prizes to give you. Oh, did y'all want me to open a box? Did y'all want me to open one of the box? Do you cover Severance? I haven't seen Severance yet. I have Severance, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch From episode 8 tonight, and that's what's really going to mess me up. I don't know how next week's live is going to go. It's going to be rough. But I'm going to watch From episode 8 tonight. Did y'all want me to open up one of these boxes and stuff that I was gonna give away, or y'all cool? Y'all get the gist? All right, y'all get the gist. All right. Well, thank you all for checking me out. I'm gonna check you all later. Thank you all. Love you. Peace.